Ghana Cedis can do for you and Gasakra. For Benji, it's the Access Bank for Kitwa Benji Kesia promo. Deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana Cedis and its multiples in your new or existing account and be on your way to winning a share of the 580,000 Ghana Cedis in cash prizes and other amazing rewards. The more you deposit, the more your chances of winning. Promo runs from now to September 2025. This promo is in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
City 97.3. More variety.
The city is alive on 97.3.
City 97.3. Accra.
There can be no other 97.3. No need to change. Keep it tuned to City. You're number one. Don't look no further. We've got it all covered. City FM.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Good morning to life.
Good morning.
Music, talk, inspiration, in perspective.
Express yourself. Good morning, my neighbor.
City FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
City FM 97.3.
Open the floodgates in abundance and cause your rain to fall. Open the flood in abundance.
Unleashing the power of relevant
And
radio.
cause
This is City 97.3.
to fall.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Let it rain, let it rain. Oh, oh.
This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
Let it rain. Oh, your rain. Let it fall on me. Come on, help me. I can't hear you. Let it fall. Open, open. Come on, everybody. The louder you sing it, the closer it gets to you. Cause you're ready. Open. In abundance. Cause you're ready. to fall. Open the floor in abundance and cause to fall. Baba, oh. Let it rain, let it rain. Oh, oh. Baba, we are in your presence. Let it rain. Oh, your rain. Let it fall on me. Come on, help me.
Unleash
can't hear
the
you.
power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
Open, open. Come on, everybody. The louder you sing it, the closer he gets to you. Cause you're ready. Open. In abundance. Cause you're ready. Let it rain. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. Let it rain. Let it rain. Hey, let it rain. We need your rain. Let it rain, rain, rain. Let it rain. Mama, oh. Mama, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain.
634 97.3 CDFM on a solemn morning of the day after a national tragedy struck Ghana, where we lost 8 souls in a horrific helicopter crash. The president has declared 3 days of mourning. And so on the Nation's Breakfast Show, we start off with Sonny Badu. It's really a prayer from a very, very, very low place, asking for the heavens to open for rain. Because when the land is parched and thirsty, when people cry to the Lord in a time of uncertainty, a time of pain, a time of great distress, it says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and turn from their wicked ways and seek my face, then I, the Lord, will hear them from heaven and heal their land. And so on the City Breakfast Show this morning, we're starting off with a song, trusting that as we bring meaning to the very, very horrific incidents of yesterday, the whole nation will find succor. With great outpouring of grief from all over the country, with lots of statements coming in from various bodies, the nation has been thrown into a state of shock. But as the day unfolds,
I can't hear you.
and the realization dawns that we've lost 8 of our gallant compatriots, those of us who have life have to continue to do our best for Ghana to create a better future for those who survive.
Come on, everybody.
Because one of our responsibilities is to leave the nation better for those who are yet to come. And that is our solemn pledge. That's what we do through the power of the dial 97.3 Citi FM. Good morning to my colleagues, Richard, the last guy who was with me yesterday for the TV coverage. We left almost 11 p.m. and we're back this morning with energy because we know that this will help heal somebody. Good morning to you, Richard, and Caleb Skuda as well, who's also been part of the coverage throughout the whole of yesterday, and the production team and all those who've been working tirelessly throughout the night. And of course, to commend the government for their swift response, the statements that have come in, and all the coordination. Yesterday, the bodies were received at the Air Force Base in a very dignified, solemn ceremony, and we want to thank the Ghana Armed Forces for how they went about that, together with the imams and the pastors and the priests who received the bodies. So we're just going to run through the headlines for you this morning, how the papers covered it, and what the latest news is. We'll also bring you the details of many statements. Richard, I haven't seen from the United Nations to most of our neighbors, to international agencies.
Yep. Embassies, high commissions.
Then, of course, various political parties, statesmen, religious groupings.
Yep.
It is a nation united in grief.
Yeah.
And so let's start with Caleb. How does the graphic cover this?
So graphic says tragedy strikes nation, 2 ministers, 6 others perish in helicopter crash. President declares 3 days national mourning starting today. It has the photographs of Dr. Omane Boamah, Minister of Defense, Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed, Minister of Environment, Science and Technology, Al-Haji Mohammed Muniru Limuna, Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator. You have Dr. Samuel Sapon, Vice Chairman, NDC, Samuel Abuaje, former parliamentary candidate, Squadron Leader Peter Befemi Anala, and then Flying Officer Manen Chum Ampedu, and then Sergeant Ernest Adomensa.
And this review we're doing to each our life, for it is the keeper of our death. So let me take you to the Ghanaian Times this morning. National tragedy. Omane Boamah, Murtala Mohammed, Al-Haji Muniru, 5 others perish in helicopter crash. And similarly, they also have the photographs of the victims here. Also on the front page, UN, Germany stand in grief, solidarity with Ghana. There are some other stories here in the Ghanaian Times.
Daily Guide says Black Wednesday has photographs of the victims. Omane Boamah, Murtala Mohammed, 6 others killed in fiery jet crash. Flags fly at half-mast, bent bodies retrieved. I'm not a criminal. Shatawale slams Yoko. Aboso Bompeso chief warns Galamsey politicians.
The Chronicle says, oh, Omane Boamah, Murtala, fare thee well. Also on the front page, drama in Adan, DC's back chiefs in public during Asafu Chiame. Asafu Tufiame festival. And then some other stories on the front page.
BNFT disaster. Ghana Armed Forces helicopter crash kills 2 ministers, other top officials. On inflation, it says inflation eases to 12.1% in July, but household pressures persist. On cocoa, Kokoshi backs 3,229 Ghana City Cocoa Prize. Comes with a photograph of Al-Haji Al-Hassan Bukari, national president. On entrepreneurship, BNFT launches Youth Economic Forum to support young entrepreneurs. On migration, CSOs push for ratification of AU Free Movement Protocol. And then leveraging share as strategic export frontier. BOG leverages academia to shape digital currency future.
If you go to the New Republic, the big story, Ghana shaken. Top ministers and military personnel perish in chopper crash. Comes with a photograph of Dr. Omane Boamah, Murtala Mohammed, and Al-Haji Muniru Mohammed, the acting Deputy National Security Coordinator. So those are from the
All right,
stands.
I'm going to take you online and I'll do a quick round of headlines for you because the newspapers have the facts stated in time, but the websites do have the story as it develops. So for example, if you go to citynewsroom.com, interagency team is investigating helicopter crash. This is according to the Ghana National Fire Service. It has a photo of all 8 men. Other stories: Catholic bishops, GPCC mourn victims of helicopter crash, call for national prayer. Chief of Staff leads top government delegation to receive remains of Defense Minister, 7 others. This was broadcast live on Channel 1 TV yesterday and on Citi FM as well. Council of State mourns victims of helicopter crash, urges national solidarity. And indeed, we will take some time during the show to read the statements in full because I think a lot of times we just report the fact of the statement.
Yeah.
I think in reading some of the statements, the contents also help. So I'm going to read some of those. Kufuor mourns victims of military helicopter crash. Muhammad declares 3 years of national mourning. And then, comfort them, Lord. Mensa Otabo prays for families of helicopter crash. So all of those, including at Kufuor, Baumia, others, mourn Omani Boama. So all of this on citynewsroom.com. Now, if you go to Channel 1 News, they lead with the Chief of Staff leading the delegation to receive the remains. And then Health Minister moves late Omani Boama's mother to Accra for urgent medical care. Majority and Minority Caucus commiserate with families of the 8. And then a few other stories, non-related. Government cuts out middlemen in premix fuel supply to end diversion. And then the Fisheries Minister also says licenses of 4 trawlers suspended over regulatory issues. A few more quick websites. My journal also leads with the receipt of the bodies, but now it says the bodies have been transferred to Textile Military Hospital. And then they also use the Parliament mourns loss with the photograph and focus on Alban Bagwin's statement that he sent Tachuchi Carter Council's 50th legal anniversary after tragic helicopter crash. And then all 3 helicopter crew were from Takrady Air Force Base. That's the other angle here. I'll just take you to a few international portals. So if you go to BBC, the leading story on the Africa portal, 2 Ghanaian ministers die in helicopter crash along with 6 others, and they photograph Dr. Manibo Amma and Mutala. So that's the BBC's lead story this morning. If you go to allafrica.com as well, the lead story, the loss of 8 lives in Ghana helicopter crash, a national tragedy. This is a quote attributed to the statement the Chief of Staff made, and there are quite a number of stories. For example, to Nigeria, their Premium Times, the second big story is that story. So of course the lead story has to do with plastics, but then they also talk about the 2 Ghanaian ministers, 6 others killed in helicopter crash. Channels Television also has that story. Ghana's Defense Environment Minister is killed in helicopter crash. You go as far as Kenya, so this is reverberated across the continent, across the world actually. So Ghana, so also the point around the attention of the world is also focused on Ghana. We have to conduct ourselves in the right way. So Sky, let me give you the chance to contextualize some of the papers, how they covered it. This is the Ghanaian Times.
So the Ghanaian Times,
what did they try to do?
If you go to the center spread, they've done what appears to be a pull-out, not in the technical sense, but basically saying national tragedy. And they have the photographs of all the the victims of the disaster, at least to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 6 of them
in the Times,
in the Ghanaian Times. And if I can give you just a paragraph of that story, Julius Yao Petichi says the Ministers of Defense and Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Dr. Omani Boama and Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed, Mr. MP at Tamale Central, have been confirmed dead. They will crash in a helicopter crash in the Adansi area of the Ashanti region yesterday. Now, he goes on to mention the names of all the other victims. So it also confirmed dead were the acting Deputy National Security Coordinator and a former Minister of Food and Agriculture, Alhaji Limuna Mohammed Muniru, and Dr. Samuel Sapong, the second National Vice Chair of the governing National Democratic Congress, and a former Ashanti Regional Minister. Now the rest are Samuel Abuaje, a former NDC parliamentary candidate for the Obuasi East constituency, Squadron Leader Peter Bafemi Anala, Flying Officer Manichum Ampedu, and Sergeant Ernest Ado Mensa. And it goes on to provide details of what the Ghana Armed Forces said much earlier before the new scheme.
So the president has declared a 3-day national mourning. President John Dramani Mahama has suspended all his scheduled activities and programs for the rest of the week following yesterday's national tragedy. He has also declared 3 days of national mourning starting today. A statement released by the spokesperson to the president and Minister Government Communications, Felix Kwache Ofosu, said that government, through the Chief of Staff Julius Deborah, had meanwhile directed that all flags fly at half mast.
All right, a few other highlights. Chief of Staff has received or led the delegation to receive the bodies or the remains. This is Channel 1 News Online. That's the focus for the website this morning, and it basically says that the Chief of Staff, Julius Deborah, led a high-powered government delegation to receive the remains of the 8 who tragically lost their lives. Now, the solemn ceremony took place at the Air Force Base in Accra, where the caskets draped in the national colours were received with full military honours. Then an update on this, my Joy Online is reporting that the bodies have been transferred to the 37 Military Hospital in preparation for interment. Again, with the receipt of the bodies at the airport as the focus. The solemn reception where Julius Deborah led the government delegation is highlighted here. Now, in a statement signed by Captain Veronica Joahin, acting DG of PR, the Ghana Armed Forces expressed gratitude to the people of Sikaman and all security agencies who supported the recovery efforts. And then the statement also expressed condolences from the Deputy Minister of Defense, Honorable Broja Jimfi, and the Military High Command to the families of the deceased during what he described as a difficult national tragedy.
Yeah, and if you go to the Chronicle, for instance, they took their time to also highlight some of the main statements that have come in since the tragedy. So, for instance, they highlighted the confirmation from the Ghana Armed Forces, the circumstances surrounding how that what you call the flight went. Then they also highlighted the delegation led by the Vice President to visit the family of the late Minister for Defense, and then also the minority paying tribute in the aftermath of the tragedy, the MPP mourning the loss, we are all mourning, and then also highlighting Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's statement, which was issued subsequently. Dr. Mbami also issued a statement, also highlighted here, and then Engineer Kwabena Ejejepong also his statement also highlighted here. Then we are told that investigations are underway to investigate or to establish
so
the cause of
the angle that I wanted to add was Citi Newsroom is saying that the interagency team is investigating the crash. This is coming from the National Fire Service. Sami Yaf is reporting that the Ghana National Fire Service has confirmed it's working with other security agencies to investigate the tragic helicopter crash. Now, also confirmed, in an interview with the head of PR, Desmond Aka, he said the cause of the crash is yet to be determined, but investigations are underway. Here's a quote: "For crashes of this nature, it does not just warrant the response of the fire service alone. A lot of factors are involved. We do interagency response, and we are heavily involved, especially with rescue, extrication, and any fire hazards." Now, preliminary reports suggest the victims were aboard the Ghana Air Force Z9 helicopter en route to Obuasi when the aircraft went off radar. Emergency teams were quickly dispatched to the crash site following the incident. Now, the government is also, through the means of communication, asking people to be decorous in the way they manage this. So, stop circulating gory helicopter crash footage. Government pleads with public. So, the Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation has issued an urgent plea to the public to immediately stop sharing videos and photos of the tragic helicopter crash that claimed lives on August 6th. Now, the request comes in response to the widespread circulation of these images in social media in particular, and in some cases on television. The ministry appealed for empathy and respect for the deceased and their families. So those are some of the angles I have from my scanning of the situation. Now, it would seem as if the international community is also responding. So, for example, if you look at the BBC, they usually do their main story, and then they have continental portals. Their Africa page leads with that particular story. Thomas Nadi and Danai Nesta Kupemba basically give the same reports that we have given, and of course the summary of the president declaring 3 days of national mourning, and then they give some context to the work of the defense minister who served as communication minister in the past and environment minister as well, and then he was noted to have tackled jihadist activities that was brewing the northern border in Burkina Faso. And then they also give some context to the president's statement.
So the New Republic, for instance, goes with the same angle, but somewhere in the story says, in a twist of fate, President Mahama, who was originally scheduled to attend the same event in Obuasi, cancelled his trip at the last minute due to other commitments. Now, his absence, many believe, spared him from the same tragic fate. Now, this latest crash marks the second military helicopter incident in just over a year, raising serious questions about the operational readiness and maintenance of the Ghana Armed Forces fleet. This is a matter that the Herald newspaper has been running a number of stories on in the past 2, 3, 4 years or so. And it's important that,
in terms of because the investigations have not been done to ascertain what the cause was, we will have to be guided.
Yeah, so it will be important that investigations are done to understand, to get us to understand exactly.
The High Street Journal has a different angle. They are asking, will their tragic death make a difference in the fight against Galamsey, or will life continue as usual? Of course, the event they were scheduled to attend was an event in the Boise, basically to deal with the Galamsey menace. So their angle is they were on their way to deal with the Galamsey issue. So, let me just read a couple of paragraphs. Their trip, which led to their demise, had everything to do with the illegal mining menace. They soared into the skies on a mission for the land, for the people, and for the future of Ghana's natural wealth, but they never made it back. And then it goes on to ask Ghanaians whether this is a sacrifice they've made that we will honor by taking the Galamsey fight more seriously. I think it's an interesting angle to bring to the conversation this morning.
I must commend the Ghanaian Times for how they chose to do their editorial today. So they basically put together the photographs of the victims.
Of the 8?
Yeah, that's right. And they say, editorial, our hearts are with you and your families. Rest in peace.
What are the other editorials like?
So the Chronicle, yes.
So the Chronicle, I'll find out for you shortly. They talk about Omani Boama and Mutala. They have sacrificed their lives for Mother Ghana. That was the Chronicles angle. That the two and the others have sacrificed their life for Ghana. That's the editorial they choose to have.
Daily Guide's editorials focusing on revenue generation and why we must take a look at the
obviously written much earlier than this.
Yeah. So those basically, but Bernard, I just want to quickly go back to the Chronicle and just highlight some of the comments that have come in from high-profile Ghanaians. So, for instance, former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo said the incident had robbed the nation of committed public servants and gallant military officers. Now, in his post, for instance, he said, "May they find peaceful rest in the bosom of the Almighty until the last day of our resurrection, when we shall all meet again." And if you go to his former deputy, Baumia, who said the fallen men paid the ultimate price in service of our motherland, leaving a shocked nation in pain. And if you go to the statement from the minority leader, he signed a statement saying that I must speak from the heart about two men I knew, not as political opponents, but as fellow Ghanaians united in our love for this country. Dr. Al-Haji Murtala Mohammed and I may have sat across the parliamentary aisle, but we shared countless moments of genuine discourse about Ghana's future. His passion for environmental protection transcended party politics, and he possessed that rare quality of listening with intent to understand. And about Dr. Omani Boama, he said Dr. Omani Boama brought to his role as defense minister a scholar's intellect combined with a patriot's heart. In our private conversations, I witnessed a man deeply committed to modernizing our armed forces while preserving the values that make Ghana's military a source of national pride.
Right. Here's what President Tinubu saying in a statement released. President Tinubu condoles with President of Ghana on tragic air accident. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu extends his deepest condolences to the President of Ghana, John Mahama, the government and the people of Ghana following the helicopter crash that claimed the lives of Defense Minister Edward Omane Boamah, Environment Minister Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed, and 6 others. President Tinubu assures President Mahama and all Ghanaians that the thoughts and prayers of the government and people of Nigeria are with them during this time of profound national loss. The president urges the Ghanaian nation and the bereaved families and friends to find comfort in the knowledge that their loved ones died in the line of patriotic service to their country. He prays for the peaceful repose of the souls of the departed and strength for those left behind. So lots of statements.
Meanwhile, the Catholic bishops, the GPCC have all issued statements mourning the victims. There's also a story here on Dr. Mensa Otabel's prayer that he led at the Greater Works Conference yesterday. And then there's the Speaker of Parliament, who's also issued a statement as the majority leader. With the caucus also in deep mourning. And then there's a whole lot of embassies who have issued statements as well. The EU delegation, the German embassy, the British High Commission, all issuing statements and condoling with Ghanaians and essentially asking or basically commiserating with us on the loss of these tragic lives. And finally, we're told that all 3 of the Air Force people were from the Takrady Air Force Base. That also came through after the last statement from the Ghana Armed Forces. So those are the main stories. The other quick news is that inflation has come down again. It's around 12%. The Fisheries Minister held a press conference where she's reiterated that the new fisheries law will be implemented, and also some new reforms for the fisheries sector will be undertaken. So those are the 2 other developments, main developments in the day.
Just quickly to mention that, we're talking about the state of fleet at the Ghana, what's the name? The Air Force, right?
Yes.
Yes, so there's this article published by Joseph Armstrong Gold Alogbe on 3 News. He says that Ghana Armed Forces helicopter crash, time to replace the existing fleet. And he narrates very harrowing stories of how he himself was on one of those flights as a reporter going to La Côte d'Ivoire for an international event together with the former Deputy Minister, Honorable Benito Usubio, and how they were forced to abort their flight midway because of some major technical developments that had intervened, and arguing that having seen these things happen, it would seem that the time has come for us to do something.
All right, we will leave it here for now and also take you to the business news, but don't forget that the newspaper review segment was brought to us by Fidelity Bank, and it's back and it's bigger. Fidelity Bank's Sika Boom Reloaded is a promo here to reward your savings with life-changing cash prizes. Deposit and maintain 500 cedis or more in your Fidelity account, and you could win up to 100,000 in our grand draw. With every 500 deposit growth, you stand a chance to win 5,000 in monthly draws. If you don't have an account yet, open one, save smart, earn big, and win points. Fidelity is here for your journey. And of course, the business sense was brought to us by Access Bank, and we can take you to Istanbul for a lifetime business experience that you don't want to miss. It's called the International Business Adventure, starting August 11 to 18. Call 0800 004 400 for more information.
Let's go. My body, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh, you go work, but you know it's out in your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, cause you know it's out in your side. And when you dream, no say I live for you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I live for you. Many want. If I believe I live your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I live your side, fidelity.
Oh, jump on now.
Go. Ah, go me. At what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
City Business News with Neil Latte. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. This is the breakfast edition of City Business News on 97.3 Citi FM. The bulletin is brought to you by MTN and EcoBank. Our headlines this morning. MultiChoice Ghana races against time to reduce DSTV subscription fees or risk losing its operational license in Ghana. Also coming up, one Ghana Citi fuel levy won't reverse inflation gains. We'll be hearing from government statistician. Much later, government's targets a $2 billion textile industry by 2033 with more than 150,000 jobs to be created in the garment value chain. I am Ni Latte. Thanks for joining us. Details now. MultiChoice Ghana operators of DSTV is racing against time as the deadline to reduce its subscription prices or fees. A license suspension nears expiration. Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation Minister Samuel Nati George is not backing down on the regulatory action to be enforced if the company fails to comply by close of day. The directive by the minister follows MultiChoice refusal to cut prices in response to the recent sharp appreciation of the Ghana cedi, a development many believe should reflect in reduced consumer cost. But the company has defended its pricing model, arguing that the cedi's recent gains are not strong or sustainable enough to warrant a price cut. All eyes are on whether MultiChoice will make concessions or risk losing its broadcasting licenses in one of its key African markets by close of day today. The newly introduced one Ghana cedi fuel levy will not derail Ghana's recent progress in reducing inflation. That's the assertion of government statistician Dr. Al-Hassan Suini, while conceding that the levy may cause a minor short-term adjustment at fuel pumps. He maintains that it has not significantly altered the broader inflation trajectory. Year-on-year inflation rate dropped to 12.1% in July 2025, marking the 7th consecutive monthly decline. But the statistician believes that based on the improving macroeconomic fundamentals and sound fiscal measures, the levy may even support long-term price stability by shoring up government revenue.
And we all know that without energy, our growth would be a big challenge. So if you look at it from that perspective, and this levy is coming in to close the energy financing gap, and it provides the opportunity for the volumes we need on energy to be produced, and the reliability of power supply that we need to propel growth. If all of this happens, what it means is that the reliable energy that is produced at volumes that are required would definitely spur growth. It would support the growth process. Once the growth process is supported through improved economic activities, etc., it will come back and reduce prices eventually. So it would be a mistake to look at this only from the short period and say that, well, once the price has increased by 1 Ghana, it means that inflation is going to increase immediately.
That was government statistician Dr. Al-Hassan Idrisu, and with that inflation ease, businesses in the country may soon benefit from cheaper loans as the Bank of Ghana signals a potential cut in its benchmark interest rate again to make credit more affordable to firms and spur economic recovery. Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Isiama, has hinted that if the disinflationary trend persists into August, the Monetary Policy Committee could further ease rates to support private sector growth.
Last week, the MPC concluded its 125th meeting following a comprehensive assessment of both domestic and global development. The committee voted by a majority decision to lower the monetary policy rate by 300 basis points to 25%. This decision reflects a firm conviction that the disinflation process is real, it is sustained, and it is broad-based. Headline inflation declined sharply to 13.7% in June 2025 from 18.5% in May, its lowest level in more than 3 years. Core inflation has also eased, and inflation expectations across consumers, across banks, and across businesses are now broadly anchored. We will not wait till the next MPC. If we see July and August inflation going down further, the committee may have to meet ahead of its next meeting date to adjust the policy rate once again. So this progress is not accidental.
Dr. Johnson Isiama is Governor, Bank of Ghana. Still on inflation and policy rate cut, the Ghana Association of Banks has been speaking on possible lower interest rates following the Bank of Ghana's latest decision to cut its benchmark policy rate to 25%. Chief Executive of Stanbic Bank Ghana, Kwame Asumini, who also serves as President of the Ghana Association of Banks, says both businesses and consumers can expect an ease of lending rates across the banking sector with improved credit conditions. He announced this during the official opening of Stanbic Bank's new Laboni branch here in Accra.
Inflation has come down. Inflation is now 13%. You recall a year ago we were in the 20s, it's come down to 13%. We expect that the policy rate will fall even further. But I think for consumers, what to expect is lower interest rates. Lower interest rates are good for not only consumers, for banks alike. The burden on the Ghanaian consumer from high interest rates has been severe, and it's just been primarily due to the high inflation rates that we've experienced. And so we're thankful that those inflation rates have come. The inflation rate has come down, and we're seeing interest rates coming down. In fact, we can make the point that bank interest rates have even moved down quicker than the policy rate, and consumers should begin to enjoy some relief very soon.
Kwame Asumini is Chief Executive of Stanbic Bank Ghana and President of the Ghana Association of Banks. Away from that, government has set an ambitious target to grow Ghana's textile and garment manufacturing industry to over $2 billion by the year 2033. The plan outlined by the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry is expected to attract $1.2 billion in new investment, create some 150,000 direct and indirect jobs, and revive cotton farming on 50,000 hectares of land across the country. At a stakeholder validation workshop on the draft textiles and garment manufacturing policy in Accra, Deputy Minister of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Samson Ahi, said revitalizing the local textile sector remains one of the government's top priorities.
We aim to scale the industry to a value of over $2 billion, attract $1.2 billion in new investments, create 150,000 direct and indirect jobs, and revive cotton cultivation across 50,000 hectares of farm land. These objectives are bold, however, they are feasible with a collective effort. Today's validation workshop is therefore critical. We are here not just to discuss policy on paper, but to collectively shape a roadmap that reflects our shared vision for the future of the industry.
Samson Ahi is Deputy Minister of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry. On the forex market this morning, the dollar is trading at 11 cedis 90 pesos, the British pound at 15 cedis 80 pesos, that of the euro could be sold to you at 13 cedis 80 pesos. A reminder that these are forex rates and not the Bank of Ghana's interbank rate. And that's it for the breakfast edition of City Business News on 97.3 Citi FM. It was brought to you by MTN and EcoBank. We have more stories for you on citynewsroom.com/business. I'm Nila Tilati. Do have a good business day.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Momo. It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Mr. Insurance claim no. Let us say.
It has put together beautiful weddings. It has filled the bellies of boys at their favorite watchy joint.
My guy, stop. Who they chop cancel these days?
It has made millions of businesses possible.
Mr. Kalono, we are back in business.
With just a few taps, money moves faster, easier, and safer. Momo understands the weight of your trust in us. We continuously enhance security with features like self-paying reset to help you protect your money. Momo will only call you with 0244 300,000. No MTN or Momo staff will call or ask for your PIN or one-time password. Do not transfer funds to anyone whose identity you have not verified. Do not approve any prompts you have not initiated. Momo, still Munsaka.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Nila Telate brought you the breakfast edition of the City Business News, sponsored by EcoBank and MTN. Isn't it just amazing how the world is ever changing and evolving? Fascinating to think about what the next big thing could be, huh? Well, today it's AI, tomorrow who knows? One thing is for sure, a lot has changed. But guess what? So has EcoBank. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has pioneered a range of digital-first banking solutions designed for the way we live today. From the mobile app, EcoBank Pay, and express points across the country, EcoBank is right where you are. EcoBank is a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. And Thursdays are now extra special on MTN, because from now on you get a nice 25% bonus on your first data bundle purchase of the day when you bundle on my MTN app or use *138# hash this in every Thursday on MTN. MTN says that's not enough. We'll give you a free extra movie ticket when you pay with Momo at Silverbird Cinemas, Accra and West Hills Mall. Same for those at the Garden City of Kumasi. You get your free tickets at the Golden Cinemas in the Kumasi Mall. Movie dates are sorted from now on. Sweet deal if you ask me. Set your reminders, bundle on my MTN or *138#. Make the best of your 25% first data bundle discount. Visit the cinemas, use Momo and get your free extra movie tickets on MTN's Yellow Thursday. Kickoff is coming shortly. Brought to you by Polytank, Lesheho and Shell. When it comes to water storage tanks, the name everyone knows is Polytank. 3 decades still counting, trusted by all generations. So make no mistakes, always choose Polytank for guaranteed quality. Available at the same price across Polytank partner shops. No matter the size, durability is always assured. Polytank is the original. We do not request for Momo payments online. Now you deserve financial peace. Let Lesheho come to your rescue when you have any financial challenges, whether it's rent, education, or unexpected expenses. You've got the right loan to meet your needs at the right time. Call or WhatsApp 02700 4799. Lesheho, let's improve life. How do you want your engine to feel today? Confident, protected, ready to perform? That's when Shell V-Power comes in. Shell V-Power Dynaflex technology, specially formulated, cleans and protects your engine, gives it the boost it needs. We're designed to remove performance-robbing deposits so that your engine performs at its best. So fill up with Shell V-Power at a Shell service station near you. Feel performance, feel confidence, feel protection over and over again. Feel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Shell go well. Adrian Kwao Kofi is in with Kickoff.
Good morning, it's Thursday morning. Welcome to Kickoff on the Citi Breakfast Show. Kickoff is powered by Shell, Shell Go Well, Polytank Ghana, and Lesheho, Let's Improve Life. Well, yesterday, Ghana was rocked by news of the passing of 8 people in a helicopter crash in the Ashanti region, including the Minister of Defense, Dr. Edward Omani Boama, and the Minister of Environment, Science and Technology, Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed. Tributes have been pouring in from all over the country, including the sports fraternity. The Ghana Football Association released a statement yesterday saying, "We express our profound sorrow and extend our condolences to the President, the government of Ghana, and the families of the victims of the tragic military helicopter crash. The GFA mourns the nation's collective grief and pays tribute to the dedication and service of all these gallant men who perished in the line of duty." The GFA's Executive Council and the entire football community join the nation in mourning this immense loss and stand in solidarity with the bereaved families during this difficult time. One of Ghana's biggest clubs, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, also released a statement. They say Asante Kotoko mourns the tragic loss of our cherished fans, Dr. Omane Boama, and former KMA boss, Dr. Samuel Sapong, and 6 others. We extend our deepest condolences to their families and the nation. May their souls rest in peace. Let's move on. And Ghana dominated the All-African Under-15 Badminton Championships, clinching an impressive 5 gold medals and 1 silver in the 6 event finals held on Tuesday at the Borteman Sports Complex. Branded as the Ghana Grand Slam 2025, the host nation put up a commanding display of skill and determination to secure top honors.
The 5-day competition featured top junior talent from 24 countries across the continent, all vying for continental glory. Ghana's rising star, Obampo Eduminta, stole the spotlight with an outstanding performance, securing 4 gold medals across multiple events. Meanwhile, Under-15 national girls champion, Moslena Ama Edu Krama, added to Ghana's medal haul with 3 golds and a silver. The host nation delivered commanding performances in both the boys and girls singles finals.
Yeah, playing the singles was quite tiresome. I know I have injuries internally, but I don't think anyone says it. So with that and playing the doubles, the kids from Egypt were quite good. They were good, so that was how it was.
Ghana's dominance continued with gold medal victories in the team relay, boys doubles, and mixed doubles, capping off a spectacular tournament with an emphatic win over South Africa. Evans Yeboah, president of the Ghana Badminton Federation, lauded the under-15 team for their exceptional performance and encouraged them to maintain their winning momentum in future competitions.
Next month, the team will have already qualified for the World Championship. They're going to be in India for the World Championship. And this will be our 4th time that Ghana has qualified for the World Championship. So we're excited about that. In December, the team will be in the African Youth Games, having excelled from in Algeria just last 2 weeks, having won the country's highest medals in all the 12 disciplines that was in Algeria. 2 gold, 1 silver, and 2 bronze. So it's all celebration.
Ghana's Minister of Sports and Recreation, Kofi Idi Adams, and the event's special guest commended the athletes for their stellar display. He also reaffirmed the government's commitment to developing badminton through the upcoming Sports Fund initiative, which aims to bolster not only badminton, but sports in general across the country.
It is for the purposes of improving these other sports. That is why we are establishing the Sports Fund, so that funding will not be a challenge to the less financed sports, as we call them, as it used to exist in the past. With the launch of the Sports Fund, we'll be able to fund all these sports and we will grow it, whether with equipment, training, and scholarships for them to be able to go abroad and even learn better.
The All-Africa Under-15 Championship forms part of a broader pathway for these young talents to accumulate ranking points and also serves as a qualifier for major international events, including the Olympics and the 2026 Commonwealth Games.
That report was put together by my colleague Gabi Ofe. Let's move to football. And the former president of the Ghana Football Association, Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo, has strongly kicked against any move to extend the GFA presidency from 2 terms to 3, describing it as a danger to the community. His comments come in response to reports that FIFA is backing a proposal to scrap the current 2-term limit for the GFA presidency. Dr. Tamaklo, who led the GFA between 2001 and 2005, insists the constitution was put in place for a reason and tampering with it would undermine the foundations of Ghana football.
The constitution strictly puts the number of terms GFA president can serve at 2, and this started during the era of the current president. I have further warned that history had repeated itself in several things in this country, and we don't seem to take note of that. And if we are not careful, this can create a big problem, because citing the downfall of the former GFA boss, my very good friend, I attributed as this particular thing he himself wanted to do would have been part of his downfall.
That was the voice of former GFA president Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo. Now, away from that, former Super Eagles captain and Chelsea legend Mikel Obi says football in Africa is more than just a game, it's a culture. Speaking with Gary Lineker, Mikel explained that this deep connection is why he felt compelled to speak out when African football was disrespected.
In Africa, it's huge. Yeah. It's huge. You know, football brings people together. It can stop wars. It can stop anything. We love the game. We love football. Is culture for us. You know, it's not just a game. It's a culture. It is our culture. We dance to football. We eat and drink and watch football. It's just you know, you have a kid, you have a child, you bring a child into the world, and the first thing you teach them is how to love football, how to enjoy football. It's just incredible how much we love. So that's why when I saw the whole disrespect, I just felt, not just to me, but just to the people of Africa, because I know how important football means to us.
That was former Nigeria captain and Chelsea player Mikel Obi. Now, Everton have completed the signing of midfielder Kenan Dewsbury-Hall from Chelsea in a deal worth around £28 million. The 26-year-old joins in a 5-year contract until June 2030 with an initial fee of £24 million and up to £4 million in add-ons. A Leicester City Academy product, Dewsbury-Hall becomes Everton's 5th summer signing, joining Charlie Alcaraz, Tieno Barry, Matt Travers and Adam Asnu, and he says he was tempted by the project at Everton.
So excited to get started. Sitting here in the stadium, it's unbelievable. Yeah, it's going to be a good year hopefully, and yeah, ready to get going.
And like you say, it's an exciting time to be joining the club.
For you, why was this the right move, do you think?
Look, for me to leave my old club, it would have to have been for something special, a project that I really believed in, and after speaking to the manager and seeing the ambitions with the new stadium and everything, it felt like the right club.
You heard new Everton signing Keane and Drewsbury Hall. Now, Manchester United legend Rio Ferdinand has urged fans to show patience with Benjamin Sesko should the RB Leipzig striker complete his move to Old Trafford. Ferdinand believes with Brian Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha's arrival, Sesko won't be under immediate pressure to deliver.
A lot of people are gonna go and suggest, oh, has he got the experience? I was one of those guys in that camp going, you know what, where is a player that can actually show the young, inexperienced strikers that we have already at the club how to do things in times of need? Who do they look to? He's going to have to step up and be that guy. Can he do it? Yes, he can do it. He's got huge potential. But one of the things that, as we've seen in recent years, our strikers, when they come in the door here, you're not afforded a lot of time. There ain't great amount of patience, and you've got to hit the ground running. What I would say is Man United scored 44 goals last season. They've now invested in 3 strikers at the top of the pitch that had between them 48 goals last season. So that's 4 more than the whole Man United squad got last year. So that's a huge improvement in that sense.
That was Manchester United legend Rio Ferdinand. Staying with United's impending transfer of Benjamin Sesko, Citi Sports analyst Christopher Nimley has weighed in on the potential transfer, stating that the Slovenian striker is a better player than both of United's options up front, Joshua Zexi and Rasmus Højlund.
If you have the money to pay 60 million for a player who has played in the Bundesliga, who is not learning on the job, he's going to be playing behind the likes of, right behind him will be Matheus Cunha, Brian Mbeumo, Bruno Fernandes, Amad Diallo. And have you watched Sesko play before? He's not only a finisher, he's not the type of number one who is ready and prepared to engage in physical battle. If he picks up the ball and you present yourself, hey, Charlie. But you know, I'm not conjoining anything. If you like, go and watch him. He picks up the ball, he dribbles by the defenders. That is Rasmus Højlund's biggest disadvantage. He's not skillful, so he's always engaging in the physical battle. Sesko will not do that.
The thoughts of Citi Sports analyst Christopher Nimley. And before I go, Ghanaian midfielder Abu Francis has completed the move to French side Toulouse from Belgian side Cercle Bruges. The 24-year-old made over 30 appearances last season and was a key player for Bruges. His strong performances earned him 5 caps for the Black Stars. Toulouse see Francis as a versatile addition to their midfield ahead of the new season. And that's the latest in the world of sports. For more on all these stories, visit citysportsonline.com. Kickoff is powered by Shell. Shell go well. Politan Ghana and Lesheho. Let's improve life. I am Edwin Kwa Kofi. The City Breakfast Show with Bernard Avlek continues.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation, let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey. Let's share go, we improve your life. Papa no Ankasa. Politan is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Politan, we get some more Rambo and get some more super. Any Politan, we did for. Papa no, Papa no, Papa no, Papa no, Papa no. The best.
Do you ever wonder how your car's engine is doing as you drive?
No
Not often.
Does it feel confident and protected, or is it tired and struggling?
I have a busy schedule, so I leave matters of my engine to Shell V-Power. With Shell V-Power, you can feel confident because it is the best ever fuel designed for performance and efficiency. Shell V-Power removes performance rubbing deposits, so you can feel protected.
Fill up with Shell V-Power at a Shell service station near you. Feel confidence, feel protection, and feel performance over and over again with Shell V-Power. Fuel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Go well.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
When the pain is too much, don't know what else to do. So hunam ya buya, no hunya munya. Rapping all, we'll take the pain away. Rapping all, bema wuya unajai.
Rapinol is what you need. Rapinol will relieve you of all aches and pain in your body. Rheumatic pain, menstrual pain, body pain, toothaches, and other feverish conditions. Rapinol is a quality product from Danex Itin Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. Not suitable for children below 16 years old, asthmatic, and also patients. This advert is FDA approved.
Congratulations to all top 50 contestants of the Literacy Challenge 2025 Level 2. Level 2 Aptitude Test. The top 50 contestants shall take part in a written aptitude test on Saturday, 9th August 2025 at 12 noon at the British Council, Accra. Stay tuned to City FM and Channel 1 TV to find out which of these 50 contestants make it as the top 10 finalists for the Literacy Challenge 2025 to compete for the grand prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis and a trophy in a classic quiz competition. The Literacy Challenge 2025 is powered by City FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and sponsored by Bell Moo and GB Assessment.
This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3. City 97.3. Accra.
He was a friend of mine, and he could sing a song. His heart in every line. Marvin.
City 97.3.
Sang of joy and pain. He opened up our minds, and I still can hear him say, oh, talk to me, so you can see what's going on. Say you will sing your songs forevermore, evermore.
7:34, 97.3 City FM, and 3 days of mourning declared by the president. Of course, we have to observe that on the radio. And so we'll do our best to bring you perspective, to bring you facts, and also to bring you insight into what's happening and how this tragedy is unfolding. And of course, lots of statements and messages coming in from ordinary Ghanaians and also from significant leaders, presidents of other countries, our former presidents, members of parliament, members of the diplomatic corps, political parties, and other religious and social groupings, all weighing in on the tragedy. And even though we mourn, a couple of quick birthdays coming through. Happy birthday to my wife, Christabel Ofori. The best thing to ever happen to me is knowing and loving you, my sweetheart. Happy birthday to you, me lady. God richly bless you. Coming from your husband, to Christabel Ofori. Also, happy blessed golden jubilee to Jemima Adigbo Brown Afari of Chirano Gold Mines. Welcome to the 5th floor. Shall his blessings flow in ceaseless praise and grace abound on you in years ahead. From Ascona and members of the Suesco 96 A-level family.
I have the unpleasant duty, sadly, to announce a national tragedy involving the crash of a military helicopter this morning around the Adansi area in Ashanti region. Government regrets to announce the demise of the following persons in the tragic crash. Dr. Edward Kofi Omane-Boamah, Minister for Defense. Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Mutala Muhammad, MP, Minister for Environment, Science and Technology. Alhaji Muniru Mohammed Lemonad, Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator and former Minister for Food and Agriculture. Dr. Samuel Sapon, Vice Chairman of the National Democratic Congress. And Mr. Samuel Abuaji, a former parliamentary candidate. Squadron Leader Peter Bafemi Anala, Flying Officer Manin Chum Ampedu, and Sergeant Ernest Ado Mensah. The President and government extends our condolences and sympathies to the families of our comrades and the servicemen who died in service to the country. All flags are to fly at half-mast until further notice.
His heart in every line. Marvin sang of the joy and pain. He opened up our mind, and I still can hear him say, oh, talk to me so you can see what's going on.
Yeah, it's going to be a long week. The president suspended all his scheduled activities and programs for the rest of the week, starting yesterday following the national tragedy. And he announced through his spokesperson that there will be 3 days of national mourning starting, of course, today, 7th August. The government, through the Chief of Staff, directed all flags to fly half-mast until further notice. Of course, after this announcement, the Chief of Staff and the Vice President got to work. They officially informed the families of the victims, and then they sent further statements updating on what to expect in the coming days. There had been some announcement about an intended burial of the 2 Muslims today, but a government statement came to override that, asking that they suspend that until some other formalities had been performed. And then, of course, the bodies were conveyed to Accra. I need to say that, yesterday, after the initial sort of breaking of the story and then the coverage, I was out for a while and then came back on air in the evening. And I got a few people complain about some of the footage that was shown on television. So initially there was the footage of the crash site, which we showed and blurred out the bodies. I think that we did pretty well. And of course, the second round of footages from the site when the bodies were being conveyed, I think it was regrettable that we showed the bodies being conveyed in the manner we did. I think it was really regrettable, and I think I need to apologize to viewers, particularly of Channel 1 television and viewers in general, on behalf of the media, for those unsightly images.
And also the family.
Yes, I don't think it dignified the dead at all. It was irreverent. I'm not going to give an excuse. I think sometimes in the heat of the moment, people act on the basis of instinct, and I think wasn't the best. Yeah. I think initially the way the story was broken, the coverage of the Chief of Staff's announcement and the initial reportage from the site was okay, but I think the subsequent showing of those footages on national television was completely unacceptable, and I think we unreservedly apologize. Completely unacceptable. I mean, that's just the way to put it. It was completely wrong. It was unprofessional, and I think all of us in the media need to do better. And because it's a running story, we will do better as the programming proceeds, because we will continue to. And I think by evening, when the Chief of Staff led the delegation to receive the remains, I think that was much better. Yeah. That was much better. So we apologize for the irreverent nature we showed those footages in the early evening. That was the early evening. I think from 5 to around 8:30 p.m. That was completely wrong, and we apologize to the families, we apologize to the government and to viewers for the way those images were shown. Going forward, of course, by evening time when the remains came and the way the armed forces received the bodies, I think it did assuage the hurt. And I really need to commend the armed forces for the way they went about that duty. It was really nicely done. And again, so far, almost everybody's conducting themselves well. So we in the media also will have to up our game to bring better coverage of the issues. So what is our focus this morning? Our focus is very clear. We're going to intersperse our reading of the messages that have come from all over the world with updates on what's happening in, I think, four key places. The seat of government is the first place we'll focus on. Then, of course, we'll go to the Ashanti region where the incident occurred. Give you an update from there from our correspondent. Then there are about 4 regions involved here. Of course, the northern region, the Savannah region, Ashanti region, and eastern region. We have correspondents all over who will be giving us some updates from family houses. Just an update who's gone to visit. It helps the process, not because we want to show people mourning, but it's part of the reportage. And then, but we are looking out for significant announcements from government on what next. Okay, because for example, we know the bodies have been sent to the 37 military hospital. Will they do any tests? Some of all those things will be updating our listeners as and when we get that information. So those are the key points of coverage. the homes and the immediate precincts of the victims, just to give you some context of what they meant to various groups of people, to their supporters, to their constituents, to their contemporaries, and to the nation as a whole. But we can say that the Adanse area is ground zero, and Hafiz Tijani was at the center of all of this, because they were on their way to this event, which name I keep forgetting, but it's a program organized by the Minister of Lands. If you find the name of the
responsible mining, community mining. Yeah.
Responsible mining, cooperative mining, what?
Yeah, initiative. Let me just pull that.
Yeah, we need to get the full details of that, and it is also a fact that the president was scheduled, at least until the day before, or was expected. I think that's a better word. Expected to be at the responsible mining event, which plan subsequently changed.
So it was the launching of responsible cooperative mining and skills development program
at Obuasi.
Yeah, the Black Park near the
Langley Stadium. Okay, so that was where the event was. So the president was supposed to have gone, but I think there was a change in the plan, and that he was rather going to go Moafete to attend the Assemblies of God program, which he did not even attend. So that's a fact that has been established. And of course, 2 ministers on the plane, and there were 2 other ministers who were there. We know that Kofi Boa went by a different means of transport earlier, and the Ashanti Regional Minister welcomed him. Hafiz Tijani is at the town closest to the crash site. It's called Sikaman, still within the Adanse Akrofrom area. Hafiz, thanks so much for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard.
So the Sikaman town, is that the closest major town to the crash site? And for those who don't know the area, if you can describe where you are, how far it is from Obuasi, to help us.
Okay, so when you are coming from Obuasi, you can use the Tituka area of Obuasi to come through the Adanse Akrofrom area. Then you go through Sikaman. Then for someone who is coming from Kumasi, can also use the new Edubiasi stretch. Then there's a junction, the Sikaman junction, from before you get to New Edibiase after Adanse Asukwa, there's a junction where you branch into the Sikaman community. So even from the Obuasi community, you can come from Obuasi and go to the Asukwa junction and get to the Adanse Asukwa area.
Right.
Then you move towards Sikaman.
So what kind of community is it? Is it a large town? Is it a small town? Is it a village? How do you describe? Do you have a sense of the size of the place?
Well, this is a small farming community. So the mainstay of the people here is farming, cocoa farm and cassava.
And then in terms of the terrain, is it at the foot of a mountainous area? Because you did indicate that you had to climb all the way to the crash site. So is Sikaman on a hill, or it's at the bottom of a hill? How is the whole trajectory between the town and the crash site itself?
So Sikaman is at the bottom of the hill. So the hill is just that is overlooking the community with a thick forest where you have the cocoa farms and the cassava plantation. So from the Sikaman community, farmers access their farmlands through this thick forest.
So you're back in Sikaman. Yesterday you had to go back to Kumasi, so I'm sure you came back this morning.
Yes, we slept at a nearby town.
Okay, so you're back there.
Yes.
What's the general feeling in the town? And I'm sure speaking to people, how are they recovering from yesterday's horrific tragedy?
Well, it feels something like they are still reflecting on what happened yesterday, just like a playback of all the events. So you find people in small groups in front of their homes discussing this issue. people are talking about what they saw yesterday. They are talking about what they heard yesterday, and they are still, most of them still living in shock and fear, and they are still trying to comprehend what has happened, because for them, they have been seeing the movement of helicopters, especially that from the AGA that usually move through this community. So I'm also learning this morning, what I'm also learning this morning is that from Accra, this is the only route you have to use if you are going to the Obuasi area. But if you are coming from Kumasi, you don't have to use this route. There's another route you use to Obuasi. So usually if the Anglo Gold helicopter is going to this area to Accra, they will usually see it. But yesterday, the movement of the helicopter made them suspect that something was going to happen or all was not well with the movement. So they were not so sure about what was happening, but it was later when they heard the blast. So when you come here this morning, people are still talking about it. People are getting a reflection or sort of a playback of what they saw yesterday and still discussing the matter.
All right. Now, the event that you were covering before this tragedy happened, did it actually end? And I'm not sure everybody knows what the event was about. What was the event about, by the way?
Well, so the event was the launching of the Responsible Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program by the government. So this program is to ensure that small-scale miners or people who are into illegal mining are put into cooperatives so they can work just like the previous government did with the community mining. But for this current government, this program is to ensure that people are put into cooperatives so that they can find mining areas for them or a place for them to mine so that they can do it jointly. So these are going to be done within mining communities. And we know the Obuasi area and the Adansi area are major mining communities within the Ashanti region. So most of the miners were brought from these areas, New Edibiasi, Adansi, Akufum, the Manso areas. They were all brought to the program. And there were also the Small Scale Miners Association, Ghana National Association of Small Scale Miners. They concern small scale miners because government is working with all these groups to ensure that this program succeeds. So they would then lead the formation of these cooperatives and put the youth into groups so they can mine responsibly. So this was what the program.
So who was at that event? Were the chiefs? I'm told there were the Minister of Lands and the Ashanti Regional Minister. Who else was at that event? And how did it end? Or did you even see how it ended?
Well, I didn't see how it ended. I had to rush here, join another vehicle which was coming to this place when the Ashanti Regional Minister finished his speech. He just gave the speech abruptly. Then he told the crowd that there's an emergency he needs to attend to. Then he left the scene. Then the lands minister was still there because he didn't speak, so he was supposed to also speak. So we left the place. Later we were told that the lands minister also addressed the crowd, but it was after the Ashanti Regional Minister addressed the crowd. Then he told the crowd that he had an emergency, so he has to move with some of the security team from the ground. Then he left the place. Then we joined.
So I can imagine there were traditional leaders and all of the rest of the key people at the event as well.
Yes, we had chiefs from the Adansi community. We had chiefs from New Edibiasi. We had chiefs from some opinion leaders from the Obuasi areas. We had also lecturers from the KNUST. We had people from Arusha, Ghana. We had people from EPA. We had NADMO. These agencies that you mentioned when you talk about mining in Ghana, all of them were there.
So, are you expecting any further visit from the regional minister to the community this morning, or for now everything is back to Accra? What's the expectation for the schedule? Because usually you would know the minister's plan for the day. Is he built to do any address or to come back to the community, or it's done?
Well, we are told that the minister will be visiting some of the relatives, some Sapon in Kumasi. He'll be visiting some of his family, and probably he'll be visiting, he'll be meeting some family members of people who were part of this crash. And we are also told that what I'm picking up is that a team has come from Accra, the investigative team has come from Accra, and they are beginning their work this morning. So they are supposed to arrive in this community later in the day. But the military people, they passed the night here. They are still stationed here, ensuring that everything is okay. The site is not tampered with. People don't go there to do anything. And yesterday, there was an announcement by the opinion leaders who told the people that no one should go to their farms. They should allow the relevant agencies to go about their investigations so that they don't go there to tamper with anything. But the military team is still here. The community leaders are still meeting this morning. They say they will have to perform some cleansing rituals after the crash to ensure that they cleanse the community due to what happened.
Thank you, Hafiz, for your reportage. Hafiz Tijani is our Middle Bureau Chief reporting from Sikaman, which is the town closest to the crash site. It's some 4 minutes to 8. This is a City Breakfast Show. And today we are giving you updates, I think, from two key places. Of course, the seat of government in relation to what the plans are going forward, but also from the armed forces, if there's any, because they've been updating us on the technical issues, what happened, they're investigating, what they've established. So that's another important update we'll be getting, in addition to how the nation is receiving this. But you have a few statements. Kakra, which statements do you have there?
Yes, so I have some statements from some of the international community.
Mm-hmm.
I would start with ECOWAS and then the United Nations and then continue from there. So the ECOWAS statement is titled ECOWAS Message of Condolence. It says, with profound sorrow that we have received the tragic news of the helicopter crash in Ghana, which claimed the lives of several senior government officials, including the Minister of Defense, Dr. Edward Omane Boama, and the Minister of Environment, Science and Technology, Dr. Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed. On behalf of the staff and leadership of all ECOWAS institutions, I extend our deepest condolences to the bereaved families, the government, and the people of the Republic of Ghana. Our thoughts and prayers are with you in this moment of national grief. And this is dated 6th August 2025, Abuja. His Excellency Dr. Omar Aliu Toure, that's the president of the ECOWAS Commission. So
that's from ECOWAS. Then the other one is from United Nations?
So this is from United Nations, and the statement headlines, Mourning of the Ghana Air Force Helicopter Tragedy. It is with profound sorrow that we receive the tragic news of the fatal crash involving the Ghana Air Force Z-9 helicopter, claiming the lives of distinguished government of Ghana officials, including the Honorable Minister for Defense, Dr. Edward Kofi Omane Boama, and the Honorable Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, Dr. Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed. The United Nations family in Ghana mourns with the nation in this moment of deep grief. We extend our heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families and to the government and the people of Ghana as we together face this painful loss. This tragedy is not only a national wound, but also a loss felt across the international community. We stand united at this time of mourning. We honor the memory of all those who have passed with hope for their lasting peace. Zia Choudhury, that's the UN resident coordinator for Ghana, signing this.
Okay. A minute to 8 City Breakfast Show. We have another one coming in before we bring the tech and social media trends. And indeed, you can also send your comments as this coverage unfolds. This is the City Breakfast Show. It's the first of 3 days of mourning, national mourning declared by the President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And we are piecing together various statements that have come in. They've been pouring in from all over the world. Which one do you have next?
So this is coming in from Nigeria. President Tinubu condoles with President of Ghana on tragic air accident. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu extends his deepest condolences to President John Mahama, the government and the people of Ghana following the helicopter crash that claimed the lives of Defense Minister Dr. Edward Omane Boama and Environment Minister Dr. Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed and 6 others. President Tinubu assures President Mahama and all Ghanaians that the thoughts and prayers of the government and people of Nigeria are with them during this time of profound national loss. The president urges the Ghanaian nation and the bereaved families and friends to find comfort in the knowledge that their beloved died in the line of patriotic service to the country. He prays for the peaceful repose of the souls of the departed and strength for those left behind.
Okay. So those were 3: ECOWAS, UN, Nigeria. We'll come back and bring you more. Couple of quick announcements. The UPSA, in partnership with the Catholic University of Milan and E for Impact Foundation, is inviting you to apply for the MBA in Impact Entrepreneurship and Innovation. It gives you a dual global recognized MBA, a full week in Italy for networking and matchmaking and mentorship, and a hands-on practical learning experience. Now, a startup founder, an entrepreneur, or a career-driven person can apply by sending a WhatsApp to 0244-760-425 or email ayuku.andrews@upsa.edu.gh. Let's bring you tech and social media trends brought to us by.
It's brought to us by Telecel and First Bank Ghana. First Bank Ghana is running a junior internship program meant to give your wards, your children internship opportunities, mentorship and counseling. It started on July 14, but you're not late. It runs all the way to September the 12th. Now, if you have a kid below 12 or from 10 to 14, you sign them up for the Kids First account or the Me First account, and then you apply for the First Bank Ghana Junior Internship Program. 5 days of exciting learning experience at any of our branches is what they will get. They will receive a certificate with products from Gino, Kivo, Top Up Pharmacy, Awake, Kiki, and Pepsodent, as well as standing the chance of winning an attractive cash prize when they excel in an essay writing competition. So find out more. Call 0596 921 921. The Ghana National Council of Private Schools is associated with us.
Edwin Kokofi is here with the segment. Edwin, welcome.
Thank you, Bernard. Not the best news to come to tech social media trends with, but one thing's trending, the various angles. Black Wednesday is trending. Rest in peace, Ghana Armed Forces helicopter, the names of the deceased, may God, may Allah. And
all of those trending from yesterday.
So I want to bring you how the world covered it. Basically, all the major news outlets have published stories about it, mostly calling from local reports and with additional reporting from their people who are stationed here. They've covered all the angles, including the chief of staff welcoming or going to take the remains of those who've been killed as well. You've read some of the statements from the various heads of state, the UN, the ECOWAS, the missions, public personalities who've issued statements on the thing. Now, one worrying thing, as you initially said, and you apologize for, it's the videos and pictures that have been circulating, that have been published. The Minister for Communications, Sam George, issued a statement asking people who had published those photos and videos to delete them off social media, because some of them were very, very bad, showing the actual body without blurring anything, without any sort of editing, just putting them out there for social media. Even people who you'd expect would know better, and some of those people have lots and lots of followers on social media. So that's one thing that people are worried about. Another thing that's trending is Galamsey, because they were attending the launch of the Responsible Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program, and people are saying if ever there was an excuse for government to eradicate illegal mining, it's this. This is the best in honor of the people who've lost their lives because of the menace that's been going on. So
just also to mention, in connection with the videos in circulation, I mean, troubling development I saw was had to do with people removing parts of the helicopter and then trying to take them home and all of that.
As in the people in the town,
the community.
The community.
Yes, and the videos of that circulating. And I asked myself, I mean, what kind of education do we normally give to our citizens, like our compatriots, about what to do in circumstances like that? It's the best thing to do, removing parts of
helicopter.
Yeah, because when these things happen, the scene has got to be protected. So as a citizen, you have a duty to play your part in ensuring that the integrity of the area is protected, so that investigations can properly establish what went wrong.
But I know the armed forces thanked the community for their assistance in the effort. So you can describe what you just said as maybe the excesses, where some people, after helping or beyond helping, decided to also do that, which is completely wrong. I agree with you though.
So we move on. And tech news. Yesterday, the Ministry of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation, they sent text messages around. I don't know if
I got two.
I got two
on
as
this,
well,
which was quite interesting, that they are begging us not to share.
Yes, which is very, very good.
Yeah, it was
so
very good.
I just want to advise people, if you see any of these videos, report them on any social media platform that you're on, or block the person completely, because the algorithm, as it works, it pushes these contents. The more you view them and the more you like and repost.
So don't view, don't share,
don't share, block or report,
and tell the people you don't want such content.
Exactly. So it limits the people who get such content. So
okay, Edwin, thank you. He deals with what happens in the online world, and he brought us tech and social media trends.
Listen, guys. One day, an old lady inherited a huge sum of money. Her family worried about how to break the good news to her. They feared that the sudden good news might give her a heart attack. And so they decided the family doctor, who was experienced in delivering such news, should be the one to tell her. And when he did, surprisingly, she smiled. Relieved, he asked, "What are you going to do with all that money?" She replied, "I am going to give you half." The doctor rather had a heart attack. Can you imagine? People are often surprised when we put them first. At First Bank, that's what we do. We put you first. Experience the gold standard of banking with First Bank. Open an account today and enjoy our user-friendly mobile app, quick banking via *894#, convenient shopping with our Visa Prepaid and MasterCard, and more. All designed to serve you better. First Bank, you first.
There is small money, there is big money, and there is too much money. Telecel Too Much Money promo is here. Dial *500# to opt in. In the Telecel Too Much Money promo, you can win 100 Ghana cedis cash in the daily draws, 20,000 Ghana cedis in the weekly draws, and 1.2 million Ghana cedis in the grand draw. That's 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Simply reload airtime to end points to stand a chance to win. Dial *500# or visit the Telecel Play app to opt in now for the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Telecel, connecting energies.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
He's here, Uncle.
Oi, you man, look at you, all grown up, innit? So good to see you, fam. I miss you so much. So good to be back home, bruv, innit? I can see a lot has changed, mate. Home sweet home, innit?
Sit down and let me serve you something delicious.
The food is looking good, fam.
Of course, some things never change. Just like how Gino tomato mix still gives my food that rich color and unique natural taste every time.
Hey, sister. Papupun sanwan kasa. Just like I remember. Inquire. Jollof ne die. Jaika. Eye danka sankasa.
Hey, ente duane na ma ukasa na sisa sisi.
Say Gino die. Efie ni fie.
This advert is FDA approved.
Looking for a one-stop shopping destination for all
things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025, a celebration of excellence in locally made goods and services. This year's exhibition brings together the very best that Ghana has to offer, from timeless traditional crafts to cutting-edge innovations. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. Brought to you by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM, this is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. Join us in championing Ghanaian talent, creativity, and authenticity. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining Made in Ghana across every sector. The dates: Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through to 5 p.m. each day. The venue is the A4 Sutherland Children's Park. For inquiries or participation details, call us on 0205 973 973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, and Side Hassle from EK Brand Consult.
What does better life mean to you? Better life means going on a luxurious trip, paying the fees of my wards with ease, giving a befitting burial to my loved ones when death strikes unexpectedly. At Quality Life Assurance PLC, QLAC, we give you the better life because you deserve it. Apply for the Quality Investment Plan, Quality Group Welfare Protection, Micro Insurance Product, and Quality Funeral Support Plan. Call us today, 0556 589 662. QLAC. We inspire trust.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
If this is your power, if this is your glory, if this is your presence, then let it rain. If this is your power, if this is your glory, if this is your presence, then let it rain. Then let it. If this is your power, if this is your power, come on, rise up and sing with me. If this is your glory, if this is your presence, if this is your presence, then let it rain. If this is your power, this is your power. Come on, tell him. Place a demand on this. If this is your presence, if this is your presence, then let it. Your power, Lord. If this is your power, hey, if this is your glory, this is your glory.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Come on, lift up your hands and say,
30 minutes past the hour of 8. This is still our coverage of the tragedy of Wednesday, the 6th of August, the loss of 8 Ghanaian lives, 2 ministers, 3 other officials of government, and 3 officers of the Ghana Air Force in a tragedy that occurred in the Adansi area. Bringing you updates, if there are any, from the seat of government on what government's plans are. Bodies and remains received last night at the Air Force Base, led by the Chief of Staff, Also expecting some updates from the armed forces in relation to whether investigations have started, what they found as to the cause. There were reports of another emergency landing of a helicopter yesterday. We've seen some footage. This is a different part of the country, but still concerning. Also issued an apology earlier, and I think I want to repeat it in no uncertain terms, that we, Channel 1, Citi FM, and indeed other media houses apologize for the unsightly images that were shown, particularly of the remains being conveyed from the crash site. We did not do the best, and we apologize to all concerned for the distress that those footages caused them as they watched the program. We unreservedly apologize, and we promise to do much better in our coverage, and we thank you so much for your understanding. Time check is 15 minutes past 8. We'll bring you a couple of quick announcements, then we'll take you through more statements. So I'm hearing now that the Kenyan president has issued a statement. A few other statements have come in.
The Africa Union as well has issued a statement, and then the U.S. Department of State.
So before you get to them, Academic City University has amazing events coming your way. If you're a professional looking to take the next steps in your career, join us Monday, August 9 at 6 p.m. for the Graduate Open Day at Kwai Terrace, Accra. Meet our world-class faculty, explore cutting-edge masters and executive masters programs, and learn how you can secure a scholarship. It's perfect for professional and recent grads ready to rise. We also have a parents' night on Wednesday, August 21 at 6 p.m. at our beautiful Hacho campus. To our facilities, connect with school leaders and see firsthand why Academic City is the best choice for your child's future. You may call us on 059-403-0308 or go to act.edu.gh. Academic City, educating future-ready leaders. We present to you a new name, a better game, and a bold new future. Engine Ghana Limited, the oil marketing company you've trusted for years, has now proudly rebranded as MISA Energy. It's the same trusted team delivering improved service now with a fresh identity that reflects a bold vision for the future. MISA Energy is here to provide safe, reliable, and customer-focused energy solutions across Ghana and beyond. At MISA, we fuel your dreams and put you first. Stay connected. Stay fueled. The future is MISA. The price of your favorite 300 ml PET Coca-Cola beverage has dropped across Ghana. That means you can share a Coke for only 5 cedis. Whatever your name, your personalized bottle is waiting for you at your favorite joint. So look sharp, go find your name, find a bottle, and enjoy at a new lower price. Share a Coke now for less. And when Republic Bank says they're the one for you, they mean they are the one for you. That's why they've reduced their city mortgage interest rates further down to the teens. This means you can afford to own your dream home or your next one for less. But don't wait. This offer is only available for a limited time. And if you already have a mortgage with your bank, you can switch to Republic Bank and enjoy this exciting deal. Call 054-0109-649. Republic Bank, we are the one for you. All right, so you have another statement?
Yes, so I have the statements from the Africa Union AU, statements by the chairperson of the Africa Union Commission on the tragic helicopter crash in Ghana. The chairperson of the Africa Union Commission, His Excellency Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, has learned with deep sorrow of the tragic helicopter crash in the Ashanti region of the Republic of Ghana, which claimed the lives of 8 people, including Ghana's Minister of Defense, Honorable Edward Omane Boama, and Minister of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Honorable Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed. The chairperson conveys his heartfelt condolences to His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, the government and the people of Ghana, and the bereaved families, all of those who lost their lives in the national tragedy. He also expresses his solidarity with the Ghana Armed Forces and the ruling National Democratic Congress during this difficult time. His Excellency Mr. Yusuf stated, and quote, "The African Union stands in full solidarity with Ghana in mourning this profound loss. May the souls of the departed rest in eternal peace."
So that was the African Union. Sky, do you have the William Ruto statement, the Kenyan president? If you can quickly just read it for us.
Okay, so the president of Kenya, His Excellency William Sume Ruto, issued this a short while ago on his Facebook wall and says that we extend our condolences to His Excellency President John Mahama, the government, the people of Ghana, and the bereaved families following a tragic helicopter crash that killed 8 people, including 2 ministers. We stand in solidarity with Ghana in mourning this profound loss and offer our thoughts and prayers during this time of sorrow. Rest in peace. And so far it's generated close to 1,000 comments and reactions.
All right.
Yesterday, President Akufo-Addo, Dr. Baumia also issued statements. President Akufo-Addo, former president, he says that the entire nation is profoundly shocked and saddened by the tragic news of the military helicopter crash that has led to the passing of Honorable Dr. Edward Kofi Omane-Boamah, Minister for Defense, Honorable Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed, Member of Parliament for Tamale Central and Minister for Environment and Science, Alhaji Limuna Muniru Mohammed, Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator, Dr. Samuel Sapo, National Vice Chairman of the ruling NDC, Mr. Samuel Abuaje, Squadron Leader Peter Bafemi Anala, Flight Officer Manen Trum Ampedu, and Sergeant Ernest Adomensa in the Adanse area of the Ashanti region, as announced by the Chief of Staff at the Office of the President, Mr. Julius Debra, this afternoon. That was yesterday. I have spoken and extended my deepest condolences to the President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, and to Mr. Johnson Asiedun Ketia, Chairman of the NDC. I condole with our gallant men of the Ghana Air Force at this concerning time and salute their indispensable role in the public life of our country and extend further my condolences to the bereaved families. May they find peaceful rest in the bosom of the Almighty until the last day of the resurrection, when we shall meet again.
Well written, well spoken. There's more coming through. I just wanted to give you the second update from the seat of the president. So indeed, the first one was, of course, the president suspending his scheduled activities and programs for the rest of the week, and then declaring 3 days of national mourning. That was sent in much earlier. And then the announcement of the flags flying at half-mast. Now, the second one, Caleb, if you have that, the one that had to do with the vice president leading the team, if you can read that for us.
Sure.
So that was the second update, right?
Yes.
Good.
That came in, and it says that it was signed by Felix Kwatio-Fosu, spokesperson to the President and Minister for Government Communications. It says, official update. Vice President Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman has led a team of senior government officials, national executives of the National Democratic Congress NDC, and the Military High Command to formally inform the families of the 8 individuals who lost their lives in a helicopter crash earlier today. The Vice President visited the homes of Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed, Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, and Alhaji Muniru Lumuna, Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator. Chief of Staff Julius Debra and NDC National Chairman Johnson Asiedun Ketia led another team to Koforidua to inform and offer condolences to the mother and family of Dr. Edward Omane-Boamah, Minister for Defense. 2 additional teams have been dispatched to the homes and families of the helicopter crew in Takrade, Samuel Sapon, NDC Vice Chairman, and Samuel Abuaji, Deputy Director General of NADMO.
So there's Northern region, Savannah region, Ashanti region, Western region, Eastern region, all touched by this. This is a real national tragedy. It's a big, big shame.
Exactly.
Yeah, big shame.
Yeah, and then
you have the third one.
Yeah, no. What came subsequently was the statement from the National Democratic Congress.
Yes.
Which is signed here by my former member of Parliament, the Honourable Fifi,
the General Secretary.
The General Secretary of the party, says NDC mourns the tragic loss of comrades and gallant officers in helicopter crash. The statement says the National Democratic Congress NDC has received with profound sorrow and immense shock the tragic news of a fatal helicopter crash that occurred on Tuesday, the 6th day of August 2025, claiming the lives of 8 distinguished Ghanaians, including prominent members of our party and gallant personnel of the Ghana Armed Forces, while on national assignment. among the deceased are, and they proceed to name the victims.
As we know already.
And then inside the statement they say, this is a devastating moment for our party and our nation. We have lost not only loyal comrades, but also exemplary patriots who served Ghana with honor, courage, and unwavering dedication. Their sudden and tragic departure is an irrepressible loss to their families, the NDC, the government, and the entire country. On behalf of the leadership, membership, and grassroots of the National Democratic Congress, we extend our deepest and most heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families, the Ghanaian forces, and the people of Ghana. We shall honor the memory of our departed comrades by upholding the values they lived and served for: patriotism, selflessness, integrity, and commitment to nation building. May their souls rest in perfect peace. May their legacy of service and sacrifice continue to inspire us all.
And Bernard, the New Patriotic Party also issued a statement. It says, New Patriotic Party devastated by the tragic death of 8 persons in a military helicopter crash. The New Patriotic Party is reeling with sorrow and grief following the tragic crash of a military helicopter that claimed the lives of all 8 persons on board. Their passing is not only a devastating blow to their families, but also a profound loss to the entire nation they worked to protect and build. We extend our deepest and most heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families. No words can truly capture the anguish of this moment. We pray that the Almighty God grants them comfort and strength during this excruciatingly difficult period. We call for a thorough, transparent, and swift investigation into the cause of the crash. The dignity of the lives lost demands answers and accountability to ensure that such a tragedy never happens again. In this time of grief, we call on all Ghanaians to come together in unity, prayer, and compassion. Let us stand with the families left behind. Let us console and strengthen one another. May the souls of these 8 heroes rest in perfect peace until the last day of the resurrection, when we shall meet again. Signed, Justin Kodia from Pong, General Secretary.
Sing along with me now, say, oh yeah, man. He's a friend indeed. He's a friend indeed. When I lean on him, I'm secure. Yeah, Metrina, Mempanshida. Jesus, Jesus.
So it's 27 minutes past 8, still on City Breakfast Show, and a couple of quick updates for you. Experience the best made in Ghana products at This is Ghana exhibition happening on the 6th and 7th of September at the First Atlantic Children's Park, where we showcase some of the offerings from Ghana's SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing companies, and proudly homegrown brands across all sectors. Mark those 2 dates in your calendar. The First Atlantic Children's Park, 6th and 7th September. From 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. You may call 0205-973-973 for more information. This is Ghana is brought to you by Channel 1 and Citi FM, sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, and Side Hustle.
Thank you, Jesus. What friend of Jesus, oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Jesus. What friend of Jesus,
Now, we understand that the U.S. State Department has also issued a statement. Kakra, if you have that for us.
Yes, so the U.S. Embassy in Ghana about 10 hours ago reposted or retweeted the statement of the U.S. Department of State Bureau of African Affairs. And it reads, the United States expresses its condolences to President John Dramani Mahama and the people and government of Ghana on the 8 tragic deaths in today's, so referring to yesterday's helicopter crash. We are united in prayer for the families of the victims and the people of Ghana. And this is by Tammy Bruce, who's spokesperson for the U.S. Department of State.
All right.
Well, let me from there take you to Parliament, because one of the victims was a serving member of Parliament as of the time of his death, and then we also had in there former member of Parliament. And so the Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honourable Al-Hassan Suini Kingsford Bagbin, caused David Sebastian Damois, who is the Director of Media Relations in Parliament, to issue the statement I'm about reading to you. It's titled Statement on the Demise of Senior State Officials and a Member of Parliament. The Right Honourable Al-Hassan Suini Kingsford Bagbin, Speaker of Parliament, and the entire leadership of the House have noted with deep sorrow the confirmation of the news of the tragic passing of senior state officials, including ministers and a member of Parliament. Parliament is deeply saddened by this news and would want to, at this time, express its deepest condolences to the bereaved families and indeed the entire Republic. May the souls of our departed colleagues who have died in the service of our Republic rest in peace. Now, from there, the minority and also the majority leadership also issued their own separate statement. So let me read that of the majority leader first. It's signed by the Honorable Mahama Yariga, the leader of the majority and then also leader of government business. It's titled Parliamentary Caucus Mourns Tragic Loss of Colleagues and Distinguished Ghanaians in a Helicopter Crash. It says it is with a deeply broken heart and profound sorrow that I, on behalf of the Parliamentary Caucus, extend my deepest condolences to the families, colleagues, and loved ones of our colleagues and distinguished patriotic Ghanaians who lost their lives in the tragic helicopter crash that occurred on August 6, 2025 at Adansi, Ekrofom district in the Ashanti region of Ghana. The nation mourns the painful loss of, it goes on to provide the names of all the victims of this tragic disaster. And the statement goes on to say, our former colleagues in Parliament and in government and the officers we have lost dedicated their lives to the service of our nation. The untimely and tragic demise is a devastating blow to Parliament, the government, the armed forces, and the people of Ghana as a whole. On behalf of the Parliamentary Caucus, I join the President, members of the government, and all Ghanaians in expressing heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families. The sacrifice, patriotism, and commitment to duty will forever be etched in the history of our Republic. May their souls rest in peace.
Now, meanwhile, as I said, we are taking updates from government and also mourning the departed eight. I'd like to speak briefly to our colleague or former colleague and now Deputy Presidential Spokesperson, Shamima Muslim, who has joined us graciously to share a few words. Shamima, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and commiserations to you personally, to government, and obviously to the people of Ghana. Shamima.
Good morning, Bernard. Not a very good morning, is it?
No.
But thank you indeed. Thank you. And I would like to first of all extend His Excellency's deepest appreciation to the profound outpouring of love, of support, of, commiserations from across the world, within the country, from all corners. I think that in these difficult times, such words serve a great purpose to lightening the heaviness, in the hearts of many within our government, especially the spouses, the parents, and the friends of our fallen comrades. So we thank you all for your kindness.
And of course, you found strength to keep working, even though the president has announced that his program has been curtailed for the next 3 days. At least you in the communication team, the chief of staff, have been going about your duties, just to get a sense of what the 3 days of national mourning could mean and how you expect people like us in the media to help commemorate it. So are there any specific recommendations? Of course, flags are flying half-mast. We are doing round-the-clock coverage of updates. But are there any expectations or announcements from government in relation to what we should expect in the next 3 days in relation to this very horrific tragedy?
Right. Thank you again. As you may recall, yesterday there was a deployment of various teams to visit the homes of our fallen comrades and to formally communicate the devastating news to the immediate family of our fallen heroes. So that was done partly yesterday. Today, there's going to be a visit in Takoradi for one of the flying officers to do same. The bodies have been received, and for government, the priority is to quickly complete all processes, especially in relation to the Muslim comrades, so that the burial can happen in line with Islamic tradition.
Yeah.
So that is a priority. But with regards to the general commemoration of the 3 days of mourning, we will, as we've been doing, communicate in real time the various actions that we're going to be taking. Safe to say that we're all just doing what we can to ease the pain for the family, for the government, and put in place all the necessary, plans. So there's already a planning committee at work to ensure a smooth process towards what should be not a long drawn-out process to interring the remains of our fallen soldiers. I think that is critical to what is being planned now. In the meantime, as you have asked, what we can pray the media to do is to continue to give dignified coverage of the disaster. We have pleaded for platforms to delete the harrowing visuals, from various networks, so we can give a dignified coverage, and still balance the need of the public to know what happened, to respecting the family and the spouses, so that we don't keep sharing some of the earlier visuals that have come. Nobody would want that to be how they will be remembered. I know, Bernard, you also have had interaction. Omani and Mutala were my colleagues at the same time. We were in the General Assembly in the year that Omani contested Nook's presidency. We were in the same bus from Legon because he was the medical school rep at the General Assembly, so he used to come from Kolebu to participate in General Assembly meetings. And then, yes, I recall very vividly, and I always, tell him this story, that I heard the name Che Guevara the first time because Omani was holding a book about this, revolutionary Marxist. And so I said, who it was it? And he said, I don't know who it is. I said, I don't know. So he told me about who, she was. So I'm telling you that even at that student level, these were the things that were shaping his mind. And so when Omani became that competent individual with deep knowledge in various subject areas, from IT, how does a medical doctor become, the head of elections of a political party that surgically delivers that kind of outcome we saw last year? And you would know Mutala was also an avowed Pan-Africanist. He was always reading books about Nkrumah. His library was full of books on Pan-Africanism. And so His Excellency has lost some of his best and brightest loyal aides who stood with him, by him, for him, for the longest period. And at a time that they were in pole position to contribute to the development of this country, God said it was time for them to come home. And we can't question God. There are those who say that, why does God allow suffering? And recently I came across a profound statement that if God does not permit suffering, man would not know his limits or his need for God, and that suffering breaks pride and brings us to repentance. Whatever the lessons that God wants us to learn from this devastation, may he make it clear for us to learn those lessons.
Yeah.
And whilst we are at it, may all of you continue to support us in prayer, support His Excellency and bear him up, that he may not become confounded by the heaviness of the crown that he wears. And that the God who puts him through these things is the same God that would remove him from it.
Wow.
And to the glory of him, we would know why these things happen. But we also need to investigate the matter. In as much as we don't control death, if there are accidents that are avoidable, if there are mistakes that are avoidable, so we can avoid the next tragedy, I think that the task force that has been set up to investigate will do all of us a great service to come up with what really happened, so the family can even get a certain sense of closure.
So Samima, I'm encouraged by the statements you've made and heartened that you've even found the strength to say the things you said, because I know, having worked with you and also with particularly Omani and Mutala, how close we all were on campus and the work we did together. So I'm encouraged by your strength. The question many Ghanaians would want me to ask you is how the president is taking all of this, because we also do know that these were people who were very close to him, who were working for him, particularly the first two. And so, and indeed, we have not heard him make a comment. We've heard the chief of staff, we've seen the vice president. So we hope our president is okay, and we know that it's very difficult, but at least assure us that he will appear soon and at least let us know that he's still fine in this very difficult period.
As human as the president is, he cannot be fine at this moment. He is as heartbroken as all of us. Again, as you reiterated, these were some of his, Alhaji Muniru, it's like the leg and hands of the president, who takes care of so many things for the president. Omani was by the president throughout the dark days of opposition, in the wilderness with him. Mutala the same, their work earned them the positions, the trust that he reposed in them, and then the positions that His Excellency puts them. So the president is heartbroken by what has happened, but the president, especially and also with the support of the First Lady, Madam Lordina Mahama, they are a strong couple of faith. And as we speak, they are consoled by words of wisdom and words of advice from various pastors that have passed through and prayed with them, prayed for them. So as hurtful and devastating as this is, the president knows he has a duty, and within reasonable time, the people of Ghana would see him.
Yeah.
Because he will celebrate the life of these 8 comrades.
Now, finally, some have said that you in government also need help in terms of counseling, psychological support, even medical support, because as you know, when somebody's bereaved, it can take a toll on your body, and I'm talking to you from experience here. So people are saying we should also encourage spiritual help and medical help, because we shouldn't assume that because they are leaders and that they are supposed to perform statecraft, that they do not need that type of help. That even you and Felix and all those who are working and talking you all require some counseling and help. Are you open to that? Because I've had the Psychology Association and all these guys offer to support the people who are most affected by this, and indeed the families too. So is this something worth discussing with the committee so that it will be done, or is this something that's already ongoing so that we do not just say because they are duty bearers they should perform, but they need support from all possible angles?
Even before this devastation, within the presidency, there are opportunities to seek. So we have a clinic right in the building of the presidential block that has an array of medical officers. And at every meeting, we are told also and encouraged to take our, mental health very seriously, seek help when and how we need it, even before this devastation. So internally, those are going to happen. In fact, so a lot of friends have called. So all of that is helpful, and learning and sharing will happen, and that opportunity would be presented to all members of government. As you have said, it is very traumatizing. It is very traumatizing. I was just having a conversation with Amanda, Amanda, and Dr. Amanda, and the two of us went back and we had a lot of fond things to share about, our friends, Dr. Omani and Motala. So, yes, as members of government on our pages, we are encouraging each other, and of course those who are proclive to certain pre-existing medical conditions, they have been urged to stay away from some of the visuals, and they've also been urged to seek immediate help so that they can manage their anxiety levels. Anxiety, we're all feeling. Pain, heartbreak, we're all feeling. But we will ride the storm with the necessary interventions. And so we thank the offerings that have come from people who are very well intentioned. We thank them, and I think in the right time, the Chief of Staff would ensure the presence of professional help at the presidency for access for all needing it.
So we will be standing by for updates from the committee on the next steps, but we want to sincerely thank you and once again send our commiserations and condolences to you personally, to the government and to all concerned, and of course to the families of the 8. Thank you so much, Shamima, and have a better morning than yesterday.
We thank you. We thank you.
Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine, heir of salvation, sweet salvation, purchase of God, born of His Spirit, and I'm washed in His blood. Perfect submission, all is at rest. I am my Savior, am happy and blessed, so blessed, watching and waiting, looking above, filled with His goodness, lost in His love. Let's sing it together. We say, this is my story. This is my song, praising my
Still on with our coverage. We just finished speaking to Deputy Presidential Spokesperson Shamima Muslim Alas, and I need to say that I'm highly impressed with the fact that she was able to even do this interview, because I know these people very well, and Shamima has worked with particularly Manibuama and Mutalaf since 2002, for the better part of 20 years. Student leadership, and then in media, and then now in politics. So I'm not even sure how they are working.
Yeah, I mean, you
I'm
could
not sure
feel
how they are
that
doing
in
it.
her voice.
Yeah.
And she spoke really, really brilliantly and
Yeah.
very, very well. I mean,
Yeah.
showed so much, emotional intelligence.
And in composure.
And composure.
Yeah.
To be able to deal
Mhm.
with such a difficult communication from the side of government. Because, again, once you're speaking for government, you must choose your words carefully, know what to say at a time like this. Things to disclose, things not to disclose, and out of respect for the families, and then, of course, the entire administration, good people of the country. So I'll say that she's put her best foot forward in this interview. And, I think we have the best possible speaker there is at the presidency, communicating for and on behalf of the president.
Yeah, and I think the point about help is also important. Spiritual, emotional, psychological, medical, very, very critical, because your mind is very powerful in terms of how it affects your body. And so I know there will be professional people around. I'm talking about the spouses, the children. They need a lot of support, which is why I was telling the reporter yesterday that we must balance people's need to know what's happening with people's right to mourn in privacy. It's a very fine balance you must strike. So it must not be intrusive. People want to know that there's visits to the house and that things are moving. But as much as possible, keep the immediate family out of the coverage. Just allow them to have space. They have enough problems to deal with without intruding mics. All right, so that's critical. And also, the people who are working close to these guys, don't just be asking them unnecessary questions. Like, of course, the way even the media's coverage is part of our own shock. That's the thing people forget, that because the thing is so out of the blue, a lot of times people cannot get their wits about them to even. But that's where professionalism comes in, and we must learn from these to do a good job all the time. So commendation to Shamima for her interview. Now let's come back for a few more statements. You've done majority. Before I come to minority, let's read a few more from. Where is this coming from?
So this is from Morocco.
Okay.
The Embassy of the Kingdom of Morocco to Accra presents its most sincere condolences to His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, to the government and the people of Ghana, and to all the families of the victims and the helicopter crash that occurred yesterday en route to Obuasi. As we mourn the tragic loss of Dr. Edward Omane Boama, Minister for Defense, Honorable Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed, Minister for Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Honorable Mr. Alhaji Muniru Mohammed, Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator, NDC party members and members of the Ghana Armed Forces. Our thoughts and prayers are with the bereaved families. May they find solace and fortitude in these difficult times.
Okay, so that's from the Embassy of the Kingdom
of Morocco.
Okay, and then what else you have?
So here's another. Germany stands in grief and solidarity with Ghana. It is with deep sorrow and heartfelt sympathy that the German embassy in Accra has learned of the tragic loss of lives in a helicopter crash on Wednesday, August 6, 2025. Our thoughts and prayers are with the government, families, and friends of the victims. Among the victims, honorable public servants, including 2 ministers with whom the German embassy has worked closely and trustfully. Their dedication to Ghana's development, their vision and their personal warmth will be deeply missed. Germany stands in grief and solidarity with the people of Ghana during this difficult time. That's coming from the German embassy in Accra.
And then there's this brief one from the UK in Ghana, the UK embassy, and issued yesterday via the Facebook wall. And it says the British High Commission expresses deep condolences to His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, the Jubilee House, and the people of Ghana on this tragic and sad day. Our thoughts are with the families and friends of those deceased during this difficult time. And it shows the flags in front of the High Commission flying as half-mast as directed by the presidency.
All right, Caleb, let's have
Yes, the office of the former President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Ejekum Kufuor, also issued a statement, and it says, "With all humility, I join the nation to mourn the shocking passing of Dr. Edward Omanebuama, Minister for Defense, and Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed, Minister for Environment, Science and Technology and Innovation, and the 6 others who tragically lost their lives in a helicopter crash today, that's yesterday, whilst on their way to perform a national duty. My thoughts and prayers are with the families, friends and colleagues of all those who perished in this tragic incident. May we honor their memory by striving for compassion, unity and common purpose in serving our nation, Ghana. May God console the entire nation, especially the families of the deceased, the President of the Republic and all Ghanaians." Signed, John Kufuor, former President.
Talking about statesmen, so this one came in from the Minority Caucus yesterday, titled "Statement by the Minority on the Tragic Military Helicopter Crash That Killed 8 Ghanaians." And it says, following the formal announcement yesterday, by the Chief of Staff, Honorable Julius Deborah, confirming the tragic loss of life in today's military helicopter crash, I wish to express my profound grief and that of the minority in Parliament over this devastating accident that has claimed 8 precious Ghanaian lives, including 2 distinguished cabinet ministers and dedicated public servants who give their oaths in service of our beloved Ghana. The statement continues to mention the names of the victims and says these were fathers, husbands, sons and devoted patriots who awakened this fateful Wednesday morning with a noble intention of serving Ghana. It talks about personal reflections. I must speak from the heart about 2 men I knew not as political opponents but as fellow Ghanaians united in our love for this country. Honorable Dr. Al-Haji Murtala Mohammed and I may have sat across the parliamentary aisle, but we shared countless moments of genuine discourse about Ghana's future. His passion for environmental protection transcended party politics, and he possessed that rare quality of listening with intent to understand. Dr. Edward Omanebuama brought to his role as Defense Minister a scholar's intellect combined with a patriot's heart. In our private conversations, I witnessed a man deeply committed to modernizing our armed forces while preserving the values that make Ghana's military a source of national pride. Now, these personal losses remind us that behind every political position lies a human being, someone's beloved family member, someone's trusted friend. And he goes on to say, to His Excellency the President, I extend my sincere condolences and the full support of the minority in Parliament in these difficult times. The loss is our loss, your grief is our grief. In this moment of national tragedy, we stand united with you as Ghanaians mourning together. To the grieving families of all the 8 victims, governments, ministers, members of the Majority Caucus, NDC members, military personnel and public servants alike, our hearts go out to you in this darkest hour. To all Ghanaians who mourn with heavy hearts, know your loved ones did not die in vain. And he concludes by saying that let us honor these 8 souls by supporting our armed forces, protecting Ghana's environment, and working together for our nation's security and prosperity. Let us channel our grief into renewed determination to build a country, Ghana, the envisioned, where public service is viewed as a sacred trust and every citizen can contribute to our national progress. And finally, may their souls rest in perfect peace, and may their memories remain everlasting beacons of light, guiding us towards a more united and prosperous Ghana. Signed, Alexander Kwamena Penyo, marking the minority leader.
A minute to 9, still on the City Breakfast Show. Back on the phone, Al-Hassan Suini is a Deputy Minister for Roads and Highways and a Member of Parliament for Tamale North, a close compatriot of a number of the victims of this very horrific incident. Suini, thanks for joining us, and condolences and commiserations to you and the NDC party and also to government.
Thank you, Bernard, and I should say same to all of us.
I know you've been in the middle of a lot of things. So from the official perspective, you were part of those who received the bodies, and we've been told that government is saying that there should be a bit of wait before the Muslim burial. Can you just give us what you know from a personal perspective and officially as well in relation to preparations, particularly for the ministers and then the officials that you were so close to?
Well, this is a very difficult time for all of us, especially those of us in government and those of us who knew these colleagues of ours personally. Murtala and I shared boundaries. He was Member of Parliament for Tamale Central and I was for North. And our communities actually intertwined. And apart from that, I've known him for the better part of my life. We grew up together. My days on radio in Tamale, he was one of my very dependable panelists who made the show one of the most listened to at the time in Tamale. In student politics, we were there together, and we've been friends and brothers, and because he's older, has always treated me kindly as a younger brother. And I've always revered that relationship. Honorable Mohammed Lemuna, incidentally, is my neighbor in Tamale. The home I used as my constituency home, where I received my constituents, is just 2 or 3 houses away from Honorable Lemuna's house. And he has also been a very, very kind and supportive senior comrade since we met in 2016 till date. Honorable Dr. Manibuama, I can't even begin to describe what he represents for us in the NDC, both his peers, those of us as juniors, and our elders, because of the confidence that the former President Mills and current President Mahama have in him. He served as a bridge in many ways between the generations in the NDC. And his depth, his love, his intellect always showed in every thing that he did. Those who remember in 2008, when the elections became threatened by all kinds of irregularities, he was with us when I had then moved from Tamale and I was with Radio Gold in Accra. He was with us in the studio, and together the integrity of the 2008 elections was saved. And so it wasn't surprising again in 2024 when as election director he delivered the fastest collated results ever, if you like to say, in the history of our politics. And so this is a huge loss, a big loss. A gap has been created. These comrades that have fallen, I dare say, are irreplaceable. And I can just imagine what everybody who knew them personally is going through. It's a difficult time, Bernard. And I don't think I have anything beyond what
Yeah.
the official sources have.
I know.
I was at the Flagstaff House in the morning,
Mm.
and the families were contacted.
Mm.
After the families were briefed, the chief of staff then called a press conference where he broke the news, and then teams were formed to visit the families beyond the phone calls that were made to them earlier. So the chief of staff led one team, the vice president led the other, and homes of Honorable Mutala Mohammed in Accra, Honorable Moniru Limuna, also in Accra, and the home of Dr. Mani Buama in Koforidua were visited. The other, comrades and Air Force officers were also visited. Some of the regional ministers also led teams to visit some of the families of the victims of that disaster. And then later in the evening, the bodies were brought in. And as things stand now, the information earlier was that because of Islamic tradition, the Muslims among them were to be buried today. But I'm sure that decision was taken before the actual state of the remains were determined. And when that was determined, it was clear to all that it was going to be practically impossible to carry out any burial today. And so those who had to be communicated to were quickly communicated to last night, and arrangements were suspended until further notice, until some examination is done and arrangements done before new dates will be communicated.
Thank you, Suini. I know that all that you are doing is part of government work. So even though the president has suspended his scheduled activities and programs, the meetings and the visits and the interviews is all part of the work. So even though you are mourning, you are still working. So we want to thank you and wish you strength that you would manage all the complexities and send our departed brethren back home in a very dignified way. So thank you very much, Suhini, for talking to us.
I'm most grateful for your concern too. I'm thankful to all of you for the solidarity, for standing with us and for understanding in some cases some of the boundaries that we need to respect at this stage. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Al-Hassan Suini is the Deputy Minister for Roads and Highways. He's the Member of Parliament for Tamale North, and as he rightly said, he's a neighbor in two ways: neighbor to Tamale Central MP, and also neighbor in terms of home to Alhaji Limuna. So this has hit him, and I know he's also very close to Mani Buama as well. So this has hit him in multiple ways, and well, as they say, Aluta continues. So we're working. It's 7 minutes past the hour of 9. We'll take a short break and continue with the tributes. Lots of different messages coming in. A lot of the Ghanaian political parties and bodies, Catholic Bishop Conference, Ghana Pentecostal Council, civil society groups have all issued statements. Council of State will bring you some of those statements as we pick up the pieces from this horrific tragedy. 3 days of mourning declared by the president, which we are adhering to. Flags flying at half-mast. I'm here with Richard Sky, Francisca Kakra-Forson, Caleb Kuda, bringing you round-the-clock coverage of this very devastating tragedy. Ghana losing 8 gallant patriots who died in the line of duty.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Ghana, get ready. The biggest sales event of the year is back. National Sales Leaders Conference 2025, organized by Core Event Solutions, powered by MGA Consulting and proudly supported by CIMG and AGI. Happening on August 19th to 21st at the Accra International Conference Center. The special guest of honor for this big event is the Chief of Staff, Honorable Julius Deborah. Join over 2,000 participants, including CEOs, Managing Directors, Sales and Marketing Heads, among others, for 3 unforgettable days of insight and high-level networking with 60 eight-season speakers tackling 25 impactful topics across various industries. This is the one event you can't afford to miss. Reserve your seat now. Visit nslcaccra.org or call 0502-711-070 to secure your ticket. NSLC 2025, redefining sales excellence for a dynamic market.
Always busy on the go. Tap the app, you're good to go. Big dreams, little time. There's a boat for you to ride. Every single time, yeah. While the errands don't link up or more, hop in a boat and get out and explore. There's a boat for you to ride, yeah. Make moves with boat. Use code KEEPMOVING50 for 50% off your first 3 rides. Download the boat app now. Make moves with boat.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s, you lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
When peace
Unleashing
like a river attended my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well, it is well with my soul. When peace like a river attended my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well, it is well with my soul, it is well, it is well with my soul, with my soul,
30 minutes past the hour of 9. Spoken to the deputy presidential spokesperson, calling for prayers and support for the president, and of course MP for Tamale North, who's thanking the media for our continued coverage. Where else are we going? What else? Do you have the Council of State statement?
Yes.
If you can read that for me.
I have Council of State. Yes, I do. GPCC.
Yes.
Catholic Secretary.
Yes. Read them for us to put all the issues in context.
So, Council of State for immediate release message of condolence on the tragic helicopter crash in Adanse, Akrofum district. The Council of State has learned with deep sorrow and profound shock of the tragic military helicopter crash that occurred on Wednesday, 6th August 2025 in the Adanse Akrofum district of the Ashanti region, claiming the lives of 8 patriotic Ghanaians. The deceased are listed here. This heartbreaking incident is a national tragedy and a painful loss to the entire nation. The Council of State extends its deepest condolences to the bereaved families, the government and the people of Ghana, Parliament of Ghana, the armed forces, the Ghana Armed Forces, and the leadership of and membership of the NDC. We share in the grief and mourn the loss of these patriotic individuals who served our country with honor, diligence, and devotion, and paid the ultimate price in the course of duty. At this moment of national mourning, we call on all Ghanaians to unite in prayer and solidarity and to uphold the values of service and sacrifice that these fallen heroes embodied. May their souls rest in perfect peace, and may their families find strength and comfort during this difficult time. Dated and signed, Right Honorable Do Ajaho, Chairman of the Council of State.
I must say that the statement from the Chairman of the Council of State is particularly poignant, given his own experiences in handling national tragedies of this kind. You remember that when we suddenly lost President John Mayles.
He was the speaker at the time.
No, he was the deputy speaker.
Okay.
So he by reason of his position, was the chairman of the appointments committee. And I must say that at that time there was lack of clarity as to what needed to be done in terms of elevating the president, and then also getting a vice president chosen for the republic. Because if you read the constitution, there's lack of clarity as to how a vice president should be named in the absence of, a vice president. So a novel, process had to be engineered, in which case the president made a nomination, referred to Parliament, which Parliament referred to the appointments committee. And he, as chairman of the committee, played a crucial role in defining that space for us. So I must say the statement is properly put together, and I celebrate the Honorable Dua Jaho for making that one happen. He's one of the pillars we have as a country, and one we must celebrate and cherish.
Yes. All right, there's another one.
But the Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council says message of condolence to the bereaved families, government, and the people of Ghana. The Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council, GPCC, under the chairmanship of Apostle Eric Nyamiche, is saddened to learn of the tragic crash of a Ghana Armed Forces helicopter Z9 in Adanse in the Ashanti region. The GPCC is deeply saddened to learn that the crash, very unfortunately, claimed the lives of 8 distinguished individuals, including 2 ministers of state and 6 other esteemed members of the current government and dedicated public servants. Our heartfelt condolences go out to the families and loved ones of the deceased. Their commitment to serving our nation, Ghana, and their communities will always be remembered. Our condolences also go to the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the government, and the entire nation. Without any shadow of doubt, this is a national tragedy and an immense loss for their respective families, loved ones, and the entire people of Ghana. Our prayers are with the entire nation during this difficult time. May the cherished memories of those who have passed bring comfort to their families and loved ones, and inspire us all to honor their legacy of service. May their souls rest in peace. With the deepest sympathy, signed Apostle Emmanuel N.O. Tete, General Secretary, Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council.
Let me share a tweet from the Evangelical Presbyterian Church, Ghana, as well. And this was about 9 hours ago. EP Church Ghana mourns the tragic loss of 8 gallant citizens in the Sikaman helicopter crash, men who served Ghana with honor. We extend heartfelt condolences to their families, the armed forces, and all affected.
That's pretty brief, straight to the point. The Catholic Bishops Conference also sent one in. Caleb, if you can read that
please.
for me.
On the passing of Dr. Edward Omanibuama, Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Muhammad, and the rest, they name all the victims. It says that it is with deep sorrow and profound Christian solidarity that we, the members of the Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference, received the tragic news of the military helicopter crash at Sikaman near Akrofrom, which claimed the lives of 8 distinguished Ghanaians. It goes on to name them. The heartbreaking news reached us today during our August plenary assembly at the National Catholic Secretariat in Accra, casting a long shadow over our deliberations and stirring us to communal prayer and reflections. These were men of proven dedication, public servants, politicians, technocrats, and gallant officers of the Ghana Armed Forces who gave of themselves in service to the Republic, to its institutions, and to the people of this land. Their sudden and untimely departure is not only a blow to their families and loved ones, but a grave loss to the nation. We extend our heartfelt condolences to the grieving families, to the various institutions and communities they so faithfully served, and to all citizens of Ghana who mourn this national tragedy. In moments such as this, we are reminded of the fragile and fleeting nature of human life and the enduring value of service rooted in integrity, sacrifice, and the common good. We commend the departed souls to the mercy of the Eternal Father, praying that He who is the resurrection and the life may grant them peace and console all who bear the weight of their absence. May our beloved country in this hour of collective grief find unity, strength, and hope. Eternal rest grant unto them, O Lord, and let perpetual light shine upon them. May they rest in peace. Amen. Signed, Most Reverend Matthew Kwesi Jemfi, Bishop of Sunyane and President of the Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference.
His glorious thought, my sin, not in part, but the whole is nailed to the cross, and I bear it no more. Praise.
So beyond the political parties and the religious groups, there's also civil society, organized labor, sending statements. Sky, if you can help me with some of them.
Okay, so let me take this one, which is just coming in from the Ghana Federation of Labor, before I take you to the one from the Trades Union Congress.
Okay.
So this one says, Your Excellency, on behalf of the Ghana Federation of Labor and in my personal capacity, I extend our deepest condolences to you and the entire nation on the tragic loss of 8 high-profile government officials in the recent helicopter crash. Now, this is a moment of profound national grief, and we join you in mourning these dedicated servants of the Republic whose lives were cut short in the line of duty. We pray that the Almighty God, in His infinite mercy, will grant them eternal rest and comfort their families, colleagues, and all who mourn. May divine strength guide you, Mr. President, as you lead the nation through this difficult time. Our thoughts and prayers remain with you and the families of the departed. With heartfelt sympathy, Abraham Kunsun, General Secretary, Ghana Federation of Labor. Much earlier, this one came in from the TUC and signed by Joshua Ansah, who is the Secretary General of the Trades Union Congress. And it says the leadership of TUC and affiliates received with deep sorrow and shock the tragic news of the military helicopter crash at at Dani Sikaman and near Obuasi in the Ashanti region this 6th day of August 2025, leading to the untimely demise of several distinguished Ghanaians, including ministers of state, government functionaries, and military personnel. We extend our heartfelt condolences to the families of the victims, and then they go on to mention the names as we do know them.
Okay.
Now, this is a great loss, not only to their families and loved ones, but also to the government and people of Ghana. We honor their dedicated service to the nation and pray for strength and comfort for all who mourn. May their souls rest with the Lord.
Now, still on updates, we're going back to Tamale, and this time our Northern Bureau Chief Shawana Yusuf is joining us from the residence of Squadron Leader Peter Anala. So the Tamale connection is, I think 2 or 3 fold. There's Alhaji Ibrahim Mutala, who's the MP, Alhaji Muniru Mohammed, who has a house in Tamale but also hails from the Savannah region, and now we're told Peter Anala, his home is in Tamale as well. So Shawana, thank you for joining us and for your continued coverage. Yesterday you were at the residence of Dr. Mutala Ibrahim. We did not know that Peter Anala had a home in Tamale. Is that where he's from?
Okay, thank you so much, Bernard. Peter Anala is from the Upper East region, Sandima to be precise. He's a Bosa, but the family and they all live in Tamale. So they are not based in Sandima, they are based in Tamale here, but they are from Sandima in the Upper East region.
So, set the scene. This is the day after. I'm sure people have gathered there. And what's going on, and what else can you report from his residence?
So here are the residents of the late squadron leader Peter Bafemi Anala. You can see family members, well-wishers, and sympathizers trooping in to mourn with their family on the unfortunate passing of the squadron leader. I met the mother this morning. First thing when I got here, I spoke to her. I found out how she was doing. Not so well, and it is common for every mother who would lose a last born. I understand squadron leader Peter Bafemi Anala is the last born, and so it hasn't been easy for them. And I also understand that from one of his brothers, Joseph Marshall Anala, tells me they lost another brother just some few months back in the States. And Peter Anala, as well as their firstborn, were those who went to perform the burial and everything for him over there. And it's rather unfortunate, just some few months down the line, they're losing another brother. So for the family, it's a big blow for them, and they are hoping and praying that they are able to find solace in this unfortunate incident.
So it's double tragedy for Tamale, because we know that the Tamale Central MP is of course at the center of this. I just spoke to Suhini, who was talking that he also is been a neighbor to Dr. Limuna. Do you know of Dr. Limuna's Tamale connections at all, or he is from the Savannah region? Because we know that even though he's from the Savannah region, he may have had some dealings in the North Regional Capital as well.
So, after being the regional minister for the northern area, he had a residence here, but he is not mostly based here. 1 or 2 instances whenever he comes to the north, he's in his house here in Tamale. But as the unfortunate incident has happened, we dashed there yesterday and there was nobody around. We are hoping to go there later in the day to see if we are able to see people gather in honor of his passing. But for the late former Northern Regional Minister, Alhaji Limuna, I think most of the activities is happening in his home region, in the Savannah region.
And what's the general mood in Tamale? Because of course we work in the media, and of course the whole country may have heard of this. Do you sense the grief when you drive around the city, or I don't know how to describe? Yeah, how is Tamale reacting to all of this?
Bernard, I think yesterday in the afternoon when the news broke out, the only thing I could remember was the same mood we experienced when we lost the former president the late John Evans Atamio. The streets were quiet. You wouldn't see anyone. The usual Tamale town is very noisy, with motorbikes and cars here and there honking and driving and all that. Yesterday, the streets were quiet. This morning is the same thing. And you can sense the mood in the atmosphere. Everybody looks moody. Everybody is not looking so good. They are not themselves. And I think this really is a national thing. It is not just a thing for the families of these persons that are involved. Everybody is mourning these statesmen that have lost their lives in the course of duty.
We will be coming back to you throughout the day for updates, and stay with the coverage. Thank you very much, Shawana, for your work. Shawana Yusuf is our Northern Bureau Chief. So we've heard that Peter Nala, originally from Sandema in the Busa North District, but is actually resident in Tamale. So you can say Tamale has had a threefold hit because they are Tamale Central MP. And then, as you know, Dr. Limuna, beyond being the Minister for Agri, was also North Regional Minister at some point. So he has a house in Tamale as well. And then Peter Nala, apparently born and grew up in Tamale. So it is, and you can see the length of this, right? The other two crew members, together with Anala, were from the Takrady Air Force Base. So from Takrady all the way to Sandema. So it is well and truly a national disaster. There are reports that Ernest Addo, the sergeant, had been married for less than a month or barely a month, and some photos circulating on that as well. So it is, and of course, we'll go to Ashanti region where we've heard from Samuel Sapon's brother, who's been speaking to us, and of course, Samuel Abuaji as well. So it is a very, very tragic situation indeed. You were about to read another statement before we spoke to. Actually, Sky, you were reading the TUC, about to read the TUC statement.
I've done the TUC statement. So, of course, there are some other statements that have come in, including...
Actually, the PNC also sent a statement earlier for what is... I think, let me, if I can retrieve it quickly.
Yeah. In the meantime, some institutions have also joined in. The University of Professional Studies. They say UPSA mourns 8 national heroes lost in tragic helicopter crash. There's a quote here: death leaves a heartache no one can heal. Love leaves a memory no one can steal. And it's anonymous. These words resonate deeply as we mourn the loss of Dr. Edward Omane Boama, Minister for Defense, Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed, Minister for Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Member of Parliament for Tamale Central, and 6 others who perished in the helicopter crash this morning near Obuasi in the Ashanti region. That's yesterday. On behalf of the University of Professional Studies Accra, UPSA community, I extend our deepest condolences to their families, colleagues and friends of these precious souls we have lost. As a contemporary and friend, I am deeply saddened by their passing. Their dedication and passion to public service and nation building was inspiring. May we honor their memory by ending illegal mining. Our thoughts and prayers are with those affected, family, party, and the government. May God console us all with hope in the assurance of the resurrection morning. I pray that God grants their family strength and comfort during this trying time. May God, Allah, grant them eternal rest. Signed by Professor John Kweku Mensah Mauto, Vice Chancellor, University of Professional Studies, Accra.
I think that is also very instructive because some of the people who we lost are intellectuals in their own right, academics, if you like. I mean, the Honourable Minister for Environment recently got
just done his PhD.
Exactly. And then you also have the Vice Chair of the NDC, in that space. And Dr. Omane Boama is a fine intellect.
Was it not Mutala who said that his friend
Patrick
Boama had bought law school forms when he asked him to go
forms, actually.
PhD forms. I asked him to go and do his PhD. Let me read a PNC statement, very brief, signed by Bernard Mona. The People's National Convention is deeply shocked and saddened by the tragic helicopter crash that claimed the lives of 8 individuals on board, including the crew and including 2 cabinet members. We extend our heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families, the government of Ghana, particularly the NDC, and the entire nation during this difficult time. We urge all members and sympathizers of the PNC to offer their support and solidarity to the affected families and to uphold them in prayer as the nation mourns this great loss. May the souls of the departed rest in peace. Signed, Bernard Mona, presidential candidate and leader of the PNC.
Okay, and some more commiserating messages coming from the international community. Here's a tweet from French President Emmanuel Macron, who says, "Our thoughts are with the people of Ghana following the tragic loss of the Minister of Defense, the Minister of Environment, and other passengers in a terrible helicopter accident yesterday. We extend our full support to their families and loved ones." And there's another tweet from the President of Sierra Leone, Julius Maada Bio, about 16 plus hours ago. And he says, "I am deeply saddened to hear about the tragic helicopter crash in Ghana that has taken the lives of the Minister of Defense, the Minister of Environment, and the entire crew. My heartfelt condolences go out to President John Mahama and the people of Ghana during this incredibly difficult time. Please know that the people of Sierra Leone stand in solidarity with you as you mourn this profound loss. We are with you in grief." And one more from the former Nigerian.
That was from where?
That was from Sierra Leone, Maada Bio.
Okay.
This is from Goodluck Jonathan, who is a former president of Nigeria, and a tweet some 13 hours plus ago. And he says, "I extend my deepest condolences to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the government and people of Ghana, and the bereaved families on the tragic incident of the military helicopter crash that claimed the lives of Ghana's Minister of Defense, Edward Omane-Boama, Minister of Environment, Dr. Murtala Muhammad, and other distinguished officers and citizens. They were committed public servants who gave their lives in service to the country. Their passing leaves a painful void in the hearts of many. I join you in paying tribute to their patriotism and the sacrifices they made for the peace, security, and progress of Ghana. I pray that their legacy continues to inspire future generations of Ghanaian leaders. May God grant you, the affected families, and the people of Ghana the strength and fortitude to bear this irreparable loss, and may the souls of the departed rest in perfect peace."
If we may stay, in the international realm, the NDC elsewhere has also issued a statement. So this one is coming in from the UK and Ireland branch of the NDC, titled "NDC UK and Ireland Chapter Mourns the Tragic Loss of Comrades and Gallant Officers in Helicopter Crash." Statement says, "The leadership and entire membership of the National Democratic Congress NDC UK and Ireland Chapter express our deepest sorrow and heartfelt condolences on the devastating loss of our dear comrades and gallant officers who perished in the tragic military helicopter crash on Tuesday, August 6, 2025 in Ghana." And they go on to mention the names of the victims, and then in the statement they say, "This is a painful moment for the NDC and the nation. We extend our heartfelt condolences to their families, President John Dramani Mahama, and the people of Ghana. May their souls rest in perfect peace. Demir Fadue." And it's signed by Isabella Peace Davidson, who is the chapter Deputy Secretary, and forwarded to us by Dr. Vera Haibo, who is in Scotland.
Like when I walk by your side, I can only imagine what my eyes will see when your face is before me. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Surrounded by your glory, what will my heart feel? Will I dance for you, Jesus? Or in awe of you be still? Will I stand in your presence? To my knees, or will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak at all? I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I can only imagine when that day comes, when I find myself standing in the sun. I can only imagine when all I would do is forever worship you. I can only imagine. Surrounded by your glory, wanna will my heart feel? Will I dance for you, Jesus? Or in awe of you be still? Will I stand in your presence? Or to my knees will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak at all? I can only imagine. Yeah. To my knees, or will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak it all? I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
20 minutes to 10, and this is still the Citi Breakfast Show, our continued coverage of this very, very horrific tragedy that occurred yesterday, the 6th of August, in the mountains of the Adansi Akrofrom district. If you want a British degree at a fraction of the cost, you're looking for a vibrant student experience in a community that builds your confidence and equips you with real-world employability skills. Enjoy these and more with scholarships available to support your academic journey at Lancaster University, Ghana. Be taught by expert faculty trained to UK standards right here on our campus. Call 0248-656-274 or go to lancaster.edu.gh for more information. And this is an account information update call from Omni Basic Bank to our customers. Kindly proceed to any of our branches or visit our website www.omnibasic.com.gh to update your account records with your Ghana card. For more information, call 0307 086 000 or 0800 100 790. Or Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank.
And if you're ready to elevate your HR game, then don't miss HR Connect Conference 2025. It's happening on August 8 at the luxurious Mövenpick Hotel in Accra. The year's theme is Empowering HR Excellence, Leveraging Data, Resilience and Wellness for a Thriving Workforce. Come and learn from top HR minds, Patricia Obonai, Margaret Jackson, Dr. Stella Ajeni Boateng and others who will share real-world strategies on leadership, wellness, people analytics, and future workplace trends. The package includes a masterclass with certificates, exhibitions, and speed coaching with certified coaches. It's a full day of inspiring keynotes, powerful panels, HR tech showcases, and bold conversations that will change how you lead. It's 1,500 in person, 1,000 cities online. Registration is ongoing, so please call 020-863-3809 or 054-122-2365. HR Connect 2025, Lead, Connect, Transform. Congratulations to all top 50 contestants of the Literacy Challenge 2025 Level 2. On Level 2, there will be an aptitude test. Top 50 contestants from across Ghana who make it to the next round shall take part in a written aptitude test on Saturday, 9th August 2025 at 12 noon, British Council, Accra. Stay tuned to Citi FM, Channel 1 TV to find out which of these 50 contestants make it as the top 10 finalists for the Literacy Challenge 2025 to compete for the grand prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis and a trophy in a classic quiz competition, Literacy Challenge 2025, powered by Citi FM. It's supported by Channel 1 TV, sponsored by Bell, Moo, and GB Assessment. If you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip, discover a refreshing taste of Piva beverages. We have Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, and Piva Tangy. So grab yours today. It's available at a local store near you. Call us on 0550 032 231. Piva beverages, a taste you will love.
It's 9:45. We're back on the coverage. Malik Ghazari is our Savannah regional correspondent, and he will be bringing us a quick update on what's happening at the residence of Alhaji Mohammed Muniru Limuna, who is from the region. Malik, thanks for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard.
So, where exactly is Dr. Limuna from, and where are you now, and what's happening there?
Yes, Dr. Limuna, paternally, he's from the Damango traditional area, and maternally, he's from the Wasipi traditional area. And currently, his family house is located in Damango, that's the Savannah regional capital, is where I am currently.
And how has it been? How have they received the news, and how are things panning out?
Bernard, the whole of yesterday afternoon up to now, some shops and other business entities are still closed down because the Savannah region, we have been hit by 3 individuals, not only Alhaji Limuna, Samuel Abuaje, who is the current deputy CEO for NADMO and also former parliamentary candidate for Obuase, was born and bred in Damango here. He lived his life or his childhood life or in Damango. And Honorable Dr. Alhaji Mutala, also maternally, is from Daboya, that's the Wasipi traditional area too. So in general, Savannah region, the whole of the Savannah enclave, everyone is really mourning. Speaking with some relatives too from the Daboya, they are also still in grief, and some part of the Bole, where the president too is from, are also still in grief, just to commiserate with them.
So which means at least three of the victims have connections with the Savannah region. Dr. Limuna himself, Samuel Abuaji growing up there, and Dr. Mutala, whose mother is from the Daboya area. So I'm sure people have gathered at Dr. Limuna's house. Any ceremony going on, any prayers being said, because I believe he's Muslim, if I'm correct, right?
Yes. Yesterday there was some prayers said, and which the regional minister led some delegations of the NDC and some clergy and Islamic clergy to the place for them to perform some prayers. And this morning too, some prayers to have been held at his residence. Yes.
It's going to be a long day because I know you'll be there as visitors start pouring in. So we'll leave it here and come back to you shortly if there's any more updates. Thank you, Malik Ghazali, who's our Savannah regional correspondent. So we are learning so many new things, that Samuel Abuaji actually grew up in the Damango area, even though he contested for Obuasi East. And now we're told that Mutala's mother has some connections with the Daboya place. Dr. Limuna, of course, from Damango, and has links to the Daboya area as well. Also learning that the squadron leader is Tamale domiciled. So the picture is getting clearer. The picture is getting clearer as to the extent of devastation the country will be feeling.
I mean, the footprints are all over the country, and it explains to us why some connections are there in real life and then also afterlife. because these people are connected through, education, through social life, through politics, work in parliament, and also politics generally, and then also political party. So connections you build are the ones that people would use to remember you long after you are no longer on earth. That's why whatever you do on earth today, know that you hold those connections strong. Service to yourself and also the life you live thereafter. But Bernard, please, if I may, let me just read this very personal one coming in from the folks at the Afra International Hospital, and it's signed by Dr. Richard Yeboah Asante. And it says, "My brother, Dr. Edward Omane Boama, your passing has left a deep void, one filled with pain, anguish, and profound sorrow that words can barely express. You were an extraordinary human being, excelling with grace and distinction as a politician, a medical doctor, and above all, a devoted family man. Your legacy is etched in the sands of time, and your footsteps will continue to inspire generations to come. The team at Afra International Hospital and I will always remember your unwavering commitment to excellence, your warmth and radiant smile that uplifted everyone around you. With deepest respect and love, Dr. Richard Yeboah Asante." Sending that one in.
Great is thy faithfulness, morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Hot jobs.
Tired of HR headaches? Simplify your business with Hot Jobs Africa. As your one-stop HR shop, we handle recruitment, labor outsourcing, expatriate management, consultancy services, and corporate trainings. Plus, we offer staff basing and 100% staff support to boost productivity. Don't let HR hassles hold you back. Contact Hot Jobs Africa today. Call us on 030-3980-362. WhatsApp us on 020-433-6004 or email info@hotjobsafrica.org. Visit our website www.hotjobsafrica.org. Hot Jobs Africa. Think HR, think Hot Jobs.
Hot jobs.
Hey, so what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Wujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It'd be a very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement, unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody getting on. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrade, and Buipe, or call 0244-313-368 or 0540-111-978 or 0202-021-175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Citi 97.3. Accra.
All right, we'll bring you more quick releases. The Namibian, is it a high commission or embassy?
No, this is from the president, Netumbo Nandi in Daitwa, sending in his condolence message. Her condolence message to President John Mahama. And in her message, she says, and I quote, "It is with profound sorrow that I learned of the military helicopter crash that occurred on Wednesday, 6 August 2025, in the southern Ashanti region of Ghana. The tragic incident claimed the lives of 8 people, among them 2 cabinet ministers, Defense Minister Eduardo Boama and Environment, Science and Technology Minister Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed, as well as 3 Ghana Armed Forces crew members and other senior officials. On behalf of the government and people of the Republic of Namibia, and in my personal capacity, I offer our heartfelt condolences to Your Excellency, the bereaved families, and to all the people of Ghana during this time of national mourning. The loss of these dedicated leaders is not only a tragedy for Ghana, but for the African continent as a whole. Their untimely passing leaves a void in public service and leadership that will be deeply mourned. During this painful moment of national mourning, I wish to convey on behalf of the government and the Republic of Namibia our heartfelt condolences to Your Excellency, to the bereaved families, and to all the people of Ghana. Namibia and Ghana share a long-standing bond of solidarity rooted in our shared liberation struggles and commitment to Pan-African unity. In this spirit of enduring friendship, we stand in unity with the people of Ghana as you mourn these great sons of your nation. May the souls of the departed rest in eternal peace, and may the government and people of Ghana find strength and comfort during this difficult time.
Have you received any update from the armed forces since the last 2 they sent? So they sent a couple. I don't know if they've sent any update. It would be nice to know. Of course, we've spoken to government spokesperson, and she's told us there's a committee that has been formed to manage the process. There's an interesting one from Pope John Senior High School, which is Dr. Manibuame's alma mater.
That's correct.
And their anniversary speech day, he was a guest of honor, actually. This is only a few months ago.
So the Pope John Old Boys Association, Pujuba, is deeply saddened to announce the untimely passing of our esteemed member, the Celebrate Honorable Dr. Edward Kofi Omanibuama, on the of the 1994-1996 year group. Dr. Omanibuama, who served as the Minister for Defense of the Republic of Ghana, tragically lost his life today, that's yesterday, in a helicopter crash. A proud and devoted alumnus of Pope John Senior High School and Minor Seminary in Koforidua, Dr. Omanibuama exemplified the school's cherished motto, Vela Damas, we set sail. He was a shining beacon of leadership, service, and the enduring brotherhood of Pujuba, a medical doctor by training and a committed public servant by calling. He dedicated his life to improving Ghana. His contributions were extensive, from advocating for cybersecurity and online protection for children to leading national initiatives on environmental safety and security. The Pujuba fraternity wishes the memory of Dr. Boame's inspiring keynote speech at the 67th anniversary speech and prize giving day at the National Homecoming held on June 14, 2025, where he served as guest of honor. With great passion, he encouraged students to adopt the Vela Damo spirit, urging them to not only pursue personal success, but to also give back to the alma mater and the nation. His words resonated deeply and will remain imprinted in the hearts of all who heard him. We extend our heartfelt condolences to the bereaved family as well as the government and people of Ghana. We mourn the loss of a patriot, a visionary, and a beloved brother. His legacy of service and excellence will be remembered and celebrated forever. So, yeah, it goes on. May his noble soul rest in peace.
Yeah, talking about the page of the military, I mean, the last thing they posted was 15 hours ago. Basically, the photographs of the victims, and then they add the comments, our hearts are heavy, we served our nation and the colors gallantly. Rest in peace.
I'll take it again. up in my heart. Selius, mi umao. When you nemo, akwe, enyine. Oh, mi ewudi, mi tasa, yeah. Akwe ni nemo, akwe, when you nemo. Hey Lord, mi ewudi, oh yes, mi tasa. Let's sing it all over again. Mitias, Mitimawo, come on, everybody. Semi Muswa, oh, yeah. Hey, oh Lord, yeah. Akwe, Yinemo, oh, me, Abudi. Hey, somebody worship. Say
All right, so we'll end with a message from China.
Yes, and this is from their Twitter or X handle 11 hours ago. The Chinese embassy in Ghana is deeply saddened by the tragic news of the fatal crash, claiming the lives of distinguished Ghanaian officials who had actively supported the development of China-Ghana relations. We stand united with the Ghanaian people. May they rest in peace.
If I live, I live for you. That's what I want to do. And should I die, Lord, I want to die for you. Yes, I want to do that. In all my ways, I ever yours. If I live, oh yeah, I live for you. In all my ways, I'm ever yours. Let's say that. In all my ways, hey Lord, I am ever yours. Yeah, if I live.
Difficult time for the nation. And while tragedy breaks you, if you live through it, it can make you stronger. So we pray for Saka, for the families of Dr. Abidaman Mbuama, and the other 7 who we lost tragically. And in the words of Danny Nete, when we live for him. When we die for him. Wherever we are, whether in life or death, we belong to the Lord.
When I go to sleep, long ever yours. Yeah.
So on that note, I welcome Ejubi Afia Kintin with City News at 10 before we get into brunch. Take it up.
Good morning, Bernard.